I am a multimillionaire. These are not merely words. They are not just sounds spoken into the air. They are a vibration, a declaration, and most importantly, they are a claim upon the infinite treasury of the mind of God. When you say these words, not as a beggar hoping to be wealthy, but as a creator already in possession of that wealth, you awaken the great law of consciousness that governs all creation. You are not waiting to become a multimillionaire. You are not working to become a multimillionaire. You are a multimillionaire. And this awareness alone is the cause of your wealth's inevitable arrival. All that you see around you now, all conditions, all facts, all appearances, they are but shadows of a deeper truth. They are echoes of your inner assumptions. You live in a world of states, and to become a multimillionaire, you do not need to do anything more than occupy the state of being one. For your true dwelling is not in your physical location. Your true home is the state of consciousness in which you abide. So if tonight you will dare to dwell in the feeling, the conviction, the inner knowing that you are already wealthy beyond measure, then the world must conform. It is law. It cannot do otherwise. There is no other creative power but God. And God is your wonderful human imagination. He is not up in the sky or beyond the stars, but in you as your consciousness of being. The moment you say, I am, you are declaring God's name. For I am is the name of the Eternal One. So what are you placing after I am? When you say I am poor, you misuse God's name. When you say I am struggling, you crucify the creative power. But when you say with conviction, I am a multimillionaire, and dare to persist in that inner assumption, regardless of the outer appearance, you have aligned yourself with the divine law of creation. Feel it now. Close your eyes if you must, and enter the inner sanctuary of imagination. Not imagination as fantasy or idle daydream, but imagination as a spiritual act of creation. See your bank account flooded with zeros beyond your current comprehension. Smell the rich leather of the luxury car that now belongs to you. Hear the joyful conversations where others congratulate you for your success. Touch the keys of your mansion, your dream home, your estate. Feel the thrill of knowing that you are a multimillionaire. Not will be, not someday, but now. For the only time that exists is now. The past and the future are illusions, only the now is real. To become something in this world, you must be it in consciousness first. There is no other way. The outer world is a delayed reflection of the inner state. Like the image in a mirror, it cannot change until you do. So many people live their lives as victims of the mirror, not realizing they are the face the mirror reflects. They pray for money, work tirelessly, beg the universe, hustle and strive, and yet they do not change the one thing that matters, their assumption of being. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are conscious of being. This is the law. The great secret, hidden from ages past, is now revealed. Your imagination is the creative power of God. Use it, honor it, live by it. Do not concern yourself with the how. The means are never your concern. That is the domain of the law. Your only task is to accept the end, the assumption that the desire is already fulfilled. If you assume that you are now a multimillionaire, and if that assumption feels natural and real to you, you will begin to see evidence appear in your world. Not because of effort, but because of law. The law is always working. It never sleeps. It never judges. It only reflects. Your world is yourself pushed out. If you do not like what you see, do not fight the mirror. Do not attack the shadow. Change your self-concept. You are not trying to become something. You are already it. If you will only dare to claim it. And how do you claim it? Through imagination, through feeling, through inner conviction. You claim it by assuming the tone of reality and persisting in it. Your feelings are the secret. The universe responds not to your words, but to your feeling. If you feel wealthy, if you feel abundant, if you feel that money flows to you with ease, then that is the vibration you are broadcasting, and the law responds. You are a transmitter and a receiver, and the station you tune into is determined by your feeling. Say to yourself over and over, I am a multimillionaire, and more importantly, feel what it means. Let it soak into every cell of your being. Walk differently, speak differently, think from the state, not of longing, but of already having. You cannot seek what you already possess. That is the paradox. You must act as if. You must live in the end. If you truly believed that you were a multimillionaire, how would you feel when you woke up in the morning? What would your conversations be like? Where would you go? What would you buy? And more importantly, what would you stop worrying about? These are the questions that reveal whether you truly believe in your assumption. For belief is not passive. It transforms your behavior. Let go of the idea that wealth is hard to get. That belief is a prison. You are the operant power. Life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. The power is not in the economy. The power is not in the job. The power is not in external factors. The power is in your assumption. You are always assuming something. You are always imagining something. And whatever you dare to assume as true and remain faithful to will harden into fact. This is not theory. This is experience. Test it. Prove it to yourself. Tonight, before you sleep, lie in your bed and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Imagine you are drifting off in your multi-million-dollar home. Feel the silk sheets. See the city lights from your high-rise. Hear the silence that only money can buy. Do not try to make it happen. Just assume it already has. Let sleep carry you into the subconscious with that feeling. The subconscious is the womb of creation, and it will bring forth whatever seed you plant. Every man who has ever risen from poverty to wealth did so by first seeing it in his mind. Napoleon Hill wrote of it. Wallace Wattles taught it. And I, Neville, have lived it. The stories in Scripture are not history. They are your biography. You are the prodigal son, returning to the wealth of your father's house. You are the one who was blind, but now sees. You are the resurrection and the life. But you must believe not in someone outside of you, but in your own wonderful imagination. That is the Christ in you, the hope of glory. Do not concern yourself with circumstances. They do not matter. Do not worry about debt, bills, or current bank balances. They are shadows, outdated pictures of old assumptions. Begin now to assume the new, and the old must fade. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot dwell in lack and expect abundance. Choose this day whom you shall serve, the God of fear or the God of faith. For your assumption, whether good or bad, is your master. I am a multimillionaire. Say it again. Say it until it feels ridiculous not to believe it. Say it until your inner world becomes more real than the outer. Say it until your reactions change. When you no longer feel anxious about money. When you no longer feel the need to check your bank account in fear. When you can give freely without panic. That is when you know your assumption is becoming your reality. Live in the end. Always live in the end. If you will persist in the assumption that you already are what you want to be, you will become it. There is no power on earth that can stop the man who imagines boldly and faithfully. You are not asking permission. You are not waiting for conditions to be right. You are assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled right here, right now. And that assumption, once accepted as true, will begin to rearrange your entire reality. People will appear. Opportunities will arise. Ideas will strike. Synchronicities will unfold, but you must remain faithful. Do not waver. Do not doubt. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust. You persist. You allow the process to unfold, knowing that harvest is certain. So it is with the seed of wealth. Plant it in imagination. Water it with feeling. Nurture it with repetition. And guard it from weeds of doubt. There is no luck. There is no chance. There is only law. The law works for the righteous and the wicked alike. It is no respecter of persons. The only question is, what are you assuming to be true? For what you assume, even if the whole world denies it, will manifest if you persist. The world may laugh. Let them. You are not here to please the world. You are here to create your world. So walk as though it were impossible to fail. Speak as though every word is a seed. Think as though the universe is listening, because it is. Your words have power. Your thoughts are commands. Your assumptions are blueprints. You are the architect of your destiny. Build wisely. Tonight and every night henceforth, I ask you to do one thing. Feel it real. Go to bed rich. Wake up wealthy. not because you seek money for its own sake, but because wealth is a symbol of your creative power. It is the evidence that you have mastered the law. You have risen from sleepwalking through life to conscious creation. You have claimed your inheritance. I am a multimillionaire. This is not fantasy. This is truth. This is not ambition. This is identity. You do not become wealthy. You remember that you already are. For all things are yours. Every dollar, every opportunity, every connection. It is all within you. The outer world is but a reflection of your inner speech. Speak differently, and you will live differently. Now, let us be still. Let us go within. Let us sit upon the throne of imagination, and decree that which shall be. For truly I say to you, you shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. So decree this: I am a multimillionaire, not out of vanity, but out of recognition. Not to impress the world, but to express the God within. And then, watch as the world bends to reflect your new assumption. It is not magic, it is law. The same law that governs the stars now waits for your command. You are the operant power. You are the cause. You are the creator. Assume wisely. Your task then is not to strive or strain, but to assume and persist. It is not your job to figure out how the millions will come, through which hands or what channels. Your only duty is to fully live in the consciousness of already being that which you desire to be. And I say again, you must persist, for the assumption, once accepted, will harden into fact. But if you waver, if you let appearances shake your conviction, then the law is short-circuited, not because the law failed, but because you failed to remain loyal to the unseen. Loyalty to the unseen reality is the test of true faith. Can you remain in the state of being a multimillionaire, even when the rent is due, and the account is low? Can you feel rich while holding an empty wallet? Can you still smile and walk with assurance, when nothing in the world confirms your inner knowing? That is what separates the awakened from the asleep. The dreamer, the true dreamer, knows that the dream imagined must become the life experienced, because imagination is the only reality. And yes, the world may mock you. Friends may not understand. They will ask where the proof is and why you live in delusion. But they do not know what you know. That reality is not built from the outside in, but from the inside out. If you accept only what your senses tell you, you are a slave to circumstance. But if you accept only what your imagination shows you, and insist it is real, you are a master. This is the difference between fate and freedom. The masses accept fate. The awakened claim freedom by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Let others hustle. Let them beg. Let them worship effort. But you rest in knowing. Not idleness, but deep assurance. Not passivity, but divine alignment. You take inspired action because you are already wealthy, not because you hope to be. Every move you make comes from the fullness of abundance, not the fear of lack. And this, my friend, changes everything. Your thoughts are different. Your energy is different. The world around you must conform, for the outer is compelled by the inner. Think of money as water. It flows naturally to those who offer no resistance. If you are relaxed, confident, and assured in your wealth, you are like a wide open riverbed through which abundance rushes. But if you are tense, anxious, doubting, full of fear, you become a dam that blocks the flow. This is why I say, do not chase money, assume it, claim it, live from it. Speak only that which confirms your wealth. Speak only those things that support your state. The more you speak, the more you impress the subconscious. And the more you impress it, the more it must bring forth your command. This is why inner speech is so vital. What are you saying to yourself all day? What is the tone, the atmosphere, the feeling of your self-talk? Are you speaking as a millionaire or a struggler? For the subconscious does not judge, it only accepts. It accepts repetition. It accepts feeling. And once it accepts, it creates. It brings forth circumstances, events, people, and ideas, all to match the inner vibration you have sown. You cannot plant the seed of I am rich and water it with thoughts of lack. You must be consistent. You must be loyal to your state. This is not denial of reality. It is choosing the higher reality. It is choosing the truth of being over the lie of appearances. The world of Caesar, the world of fact, is only a projection. The world of imagination is the cause. And once you live by this truth, You will no longer be shaken by outer events. You will no longer worry about the how, for you know the I am has already done it. I urge you, test this tonight, not next week, not after things improve. Tonight, go into a quiet space, withdraw your attention from the day, and in stillness, feel yourself to be that which you desire to be. Not wish, not hope, feel. The feeling is the secret. The feeling is the prayer. Assume it so vividly that you drift into sleep with a smile, not because of what is, but because of what now must be. And then do not watch the pot boil. Do not check the evidence every moment. Simply go about your life, knowing it is done. Act naturally. Speak naturally. Think naturally from that new place of wealth. The millionaires you admire, study how they move. Not their business model, but their state of mind, their self-concept, their ease, their sense of deserving, their posture, their speech, their confidence. These are the outer expressions of an inner assumption. So adopt it. Make it yours. You will find that money, once thought to be distant and difficult, becomes playful and near. You will find that the universe was never against you. It was only waiting for your belief. It was only reflecting your state. Money will come in strange and wonderful ways. People you've never met will show up. Ideas you never considered will flash through your mind. And you will know in that quiet confidence that none of it was chance. It was all summoned by your assumption. The law works. It always works. You begin to walk into rooms differently. You no longer shrink to fit into small versions of yourself. You don't speak in desperation or think in terms of survival. You speak in terms of expansion, of blessing, of opportunity, because you no longer see the world as something to fear, but as something that responds to you. And the world does respond. People will notice a shift they can't explain. You'll attract conversations that were never available to you before. Resources will begin to gather around you, not because you chased them, but because you became the one who naturally receives them. There is no room for begging in the state of a multimillionaire. You are not in a state of need. You are in a state of fulfillment. In the spiritual realm, there is no such thing as lack. Lack is a belief, an illusion created by a consciousness unaware of its own power. But the moment you awaken to who you truly are, you realize that you have never been separate from your desire. There is no time delay in consciousness. There is only now. And in this now, you are wealthy. You are prosperous. You are overflowing with abundance. So long as you dwell in this now, the physical must follow. Imagination is your true self. This is why the ancients spoke in parables and symbols. This is why scriptures said, "To him who has more shall be given." Because the one who assumes that he has, he does. The one who assumes he lacks, he loses even what little he has. These are not moral statements. These are metaphysical laws. Your state of consciousness is always creating, always multiplying. You must be rich in consciousness before you will ever hold riches in hand. That richness is cultivated in silence, in stillness, in the sacred temple of your own mind. When you sit alone and declare, "I am a multimillionaire," and you feel the thrill of it, you are performing a sacred act of creation. It is no small thing. It is the most powerful act in the world, for it is done in the image of the Creator. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is knowing. It is when you no longer strive but rest in the assumption of what is already yours by divine right. No effort is required to be what you already are. The effort only comes when you try to be something while still believing you are not. And this is the struggle of the world. The world is full of people trying to become something, while all they truly need to do is assume it and be it. But the mind rebels. It says that's unrealistic. That's delusional. That's not how life works. And so the prison remains, locked from the inside. But you, hearing these words, now know the truth that sets men free, that you are the cause, that what you assume to be true with feeling and faith must come into being. So begin now, not timidly, but boldly. Declare it with authority, not the authority of ego, but the quiet authority of divine knowing. Say, "I am a multimillionaire," and let the energy of that truth fill your bones. Move in that energy. Let it guide your actions. Let it speak through your lips. Let it echo in your thoughts. And when doubt creeps in, as it will, gently return. Return to the state. Return to the vision. Do not condemn yourself. Simply return again and again until the state becomes your dwelling place. Every great soul in history who changed the world did so because they first changed their assumption. They believed they were more than the world told them. They lived from the inside out. They were not victims of conditions. They were masters of consciousness. And you are no different. You were not born to struggle, to scrape, to suffer under the weight of unfulfilled desire. You were born to create, to expand, to enjoy, to express the infinite wealth of the God within. Millions are not distant. They are as near to you as your breath. They are in the unseen realm of ideas, of connections, of circumstance, and your assumption is the bridge. The world is not solid. It is fluid. It is impressionable. It bends to your inner world. So stop reacting to what is and start creating what is to be. Every reaction reinforces the old state. Every deliberate assumption of wealth moves you into the new. You don't need to know how the money will come. You don't need to control the path. The law of assumption is far more intelligent than any strategy your limited mind can conceive. But it needs your faith. It needs your persistence. It needs your loyalty to the new reality. And once you give it these, it will move mountains. It will open doors. It will orchestrate miracles in ways that baffle logic. People will say, "How did you do it?" And you will smile knowing you didn't do it. You became it. You'll remember the nights you imagined, the mornings you affirmed, the days you walked by faith and not by sight. And you'll know it was not magic. It was law. It was alignment. It was the power of assuming the end and living from it. And in that moment, you will no longer be surprised by your millions. You will say, "Of course, I've been living this way for months. This was inevitable." And so it is. You will walk through life with the deep calm of someone who knows they are backed by unseen forces. You will radiate a quiet magnetism, because the inner state of wealth cannot be hidden. It expresses itself in your tone, your stride, your gaze, your presence. And others will feel it, even if they can't explain it. They will want to be near you, to learn from you, to follow you. Not because you chase, but because you embody. The assumption of wealth makes you attractive, not just to money but to opportunities, partnerships, synchronicities. It draws the world to your feet, and still you remain humble, not falsely, not theatrically, but with a reverence for the law that has brought you here. You know that the millions are not the goal, but the byproduct. The true wealth is the awakening, the realization that you and God are one, that your imagination is divine. The millions are simply symbols, reflections of the truth you have claimed. They come and they stay, not because you force them, but because you are now the kind of person who naturally receives them. You do not have to chase the outcome, because you have become the cause. Think of your life as a mirror. When you smile at the mirror, it smiles back. But if you wait for it to smile first, you will wait forever. In the same way, if you wait for the world to give you signs before you feel rich, you will wait endlessly. But if you feel it now, the world must reflect it. It has no choice. This is the immutable law. Your job is to create the state. The universe's job is to reflect it in form. But you cannot trick it. You cannot pretend while doubting in your heart. You must believe. And belief is not something you fight to gain. It is something you surrender into. Drop the tension. Let go of trying to believe. Just accept it. Like a child who trusts their imagination more than the world. Imagine with innocence, with joy, with no pressure. Enter the wish fulfilled like you would enter a beautiful dream you never want to leave. Play in it. Walk through it. Live there. The subconscious loves vivid play. It responds to repetition and feeling. And soon it will accept this new state as natural. And once it accepts, the bridge of incidents will begin to form. You will not need to strain. Things will click into place. You may overhear a conversation that leads to a new idea. You might meet someone by chance who offers a golden opportunity. You may be compelled to send an email, make a call, start a business, shift a habit. But you won't feel forced. It will all feel smooth, guided, aligned. Because it is coming from the new state. These are not random events. They are the outpicturing of your inner world. You have entered a new timeline, a new vibration, and it brings with it a new life. Remember this, your only real work is to persist in the assumption, not to hustle harder, not to look busy, but to inwardly dwell in the state of already having. Every time you return to that state, even for a few minutes, you are reshaping your world. It may not be visible instantly, but it is working. The seed is planted, the roots are forming. The sprout will break through, and then it will seem sudden. But it was never sudden. It was growing all along. Guard your mind like a sacred garden. Don't allow weeds of doubt, fear, or frustration to grow. Uproot them gently and return to your truth. I am a multi-millionaire, not someday. Not if, not maybe. Now, always now. Walk in that vibration. Sleep in it. Speak from it. Create from it. Rest in it. And life will rise up to meet you at the level of your assumption. Because imagination creates reality. Because you are not separate from your desire. Because the I am within you is God, and God never fails. You begin to feel the wealth in your breath, in your silence, in the way you look at the world. The more you assume, the more natural it becomes. It no longer feels like pretending. It becomes your dwelling place, your foundation, your truth. And as you embody this state consistently, you notice something powerful. The things you used to struggle for begin to chase you. The energy flips. You no longer reach for results, they reach for you. Money begins to circulate around you, not because you are trying, but because you have become magnetic to it. You live in alignment, and alignment is effortless attraction. Here is a mystery. You begin to care less about the money itself, and more about the joy of the assumption. The feeling of being in control of your own inner world. The peace that arises when you realize you are no longer reacting to life, you are creating it. You are orchestrating experiences by choosing the state, and the state is obeyed. This is the freedom the world is seeking, but cannot find in material possessions. It is the freedom of knowing that the outer world cannot dictate your inner state unless you allow it. This is why the spiritual masters were never truly disturbed by conditions. They knew the secret. They knew that conditions are always subject to change, but consciousness is eternal. And the moment you elevate your consciousness, your life begins to rearrange itself in divine order. The meetings happen, the phone calls come, the doors open, and none of it feels like hard labor. It feels like grace. You realize that wealth is not just in the bank account. It's in your spirit. It's in your stillness. It's in the certainty with which you walk and speak and create. You do not need to justify it to anyone. You do not need to explain how or why. You are not seeking approval. You are claiming your divine inheritance. And the world, unable to comprehend your inner journey, will often try to understand it in practical terms. They will ask for your strategy, your method, your routine. But what they truly want to know is how you carry yourself with such quiet power. And the answer is simple. You live in the end. You dwell in the result. You no longer argue with reality. You decide it. Each time you return to the state, each time you assume again, you compound your creation. You are building a vibrational fortress that becomes impenetrable to doubt. Even if the outer world offers temporary contradiction, it no longer shakes you. Because you are no longer driven by what is, you are moved by what will inevitably be. You are no longer hypnotized by appearances. You are awakened to cause. And in this state, nothing is impossible. And so I say to you now, do not wait for the world to tell you that you are a multimillionaire. Tell the world who you are. From within. Declare it boldly in the silence of your mind. Claim it in the secret place where all things are made. Feel it, live it, assume it, until it is the only truth you know. For the outer world is only the mirror, and your assumption is the reflection it is waiting to show you. Your imagination is not a fantasy. It is your blueprint. Your inner speech is not idle talk. It is a divine decree. When you say, I am a multimillionaire, and you feel it as true, you are speaking with the voice of God. And that voice never returns void. It sets into motion the entire universe to fulfill what you have accepted as real. You are not here to strive. You are not here to beg. You are not here to prove your worth through effort. You are here to awaken, to remember who you are, the operant power, the master of assumption, the source of your own reality. And when you remember, when you stand in that power and assume the end, nothing can stop the wealth that rushes to meet you. So walk in that faith, sleep in that knowing. And never again speak as though you are waiting to be rich. Say instead, I am a multimillionaire, and let the world rise to meet the version of you who finally remembered the truth. You already are everything you desire to be. Live from that truth, act from that truth, and watch the miracle unfold.
Welcome everyone. Today we are going to explore a powerful truth about manifestation, the notion that you don't need to struggle or exert excessive effort to bring your desires into reality. Instead, it's about recognizing that everything you want is already yours in the realm of thought and belief. Manifestation is a concept often shrouded in misunderstanding, especially regarding the role of effort and struggle. At its core, manifestation is about bringing into reality what already exists in the realm of thought and belief. To grasp this fully, it's crucial to understand that manifestation isn't about relentless pursuit or strenuous effort. Instead, it involves aligning yourself with a reality that is already present in a non-physical dimension. When we talk about manifestation, we are referring to the process of making something that exists in your mental and emotional world become tangible in your physical life. This process is inherently tied to your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. Rather than viewing manifestation as a laborious task that requires immense effort, it's more accurate to see it as a natural alignment with your inherent desires and goals. The first key to understanding manifestation is recognizing that it's not about exerting excessive effort to achieve your desires. The universe operates on principles of energy and frequency. What you desire exists as a possibility within the vast spectrum of potential outcomes. Your role in this process is not to force or struggle, but to resonate with the frequency of what you want. When you align with this frequency, you naturally attract the experiences and opportunities that match it. Imagine a radio tuning into a specific station. When the dial is correctly set to the desired frequency, the station's content becomes clear and distinct. If the dial is off, the signal is weak or unclear. Manifestation works similarly. Your thoughts and feelings act as the dial, tuning into the frequency of your desires. When you are in harmony with this frequency, your desires come into focus and become more accessible. This process does not require you to try hard, it requires you to tune in accurately. This understanding shifts the focus from the struggle and effort often associated with achieving goals to a more fluid and harmonious approach. The struggle typically arises from a sense of lack or insufficiency, where one feels that effort must be proportional to the desired outcome. In contrast, manifestation is about recognizing and aligning with the abundance that already exists. One common misconception is that manifestation requires a constant and intense focus on the goal. While clarity and focus are important, they should not be confused with effortful striving. The energy you invest should come from a place of certainty and ease, not from a sense of desperation or neediness. When you approach your desires from a place of certainty, you are effectively telling the universe that you are ready to receive. This readiness is about accepting and believing that what you desire is already on its way to you, rather than trying to force it into existence. Another crucial aspect is understanding that effort can sometimes create resistance. When you push too hard for something, you may inadvertently introduce stress or anxiety, which disrupts the flow of manifestation. The act of trying hard can be counterproductive if it comes from a place of doubt or impatience. Instead, a more effective approach is to maintain a sense of relaxed anticipation and confidence. Trust that the universe is responding to your alignment rather than your effort. By acknowledging that your desires already exist in a realm beyond the physical, you shift your mindset from one of striving to one of acceptance. This acceptance means recognizing that everything you need is already within reach and that your task is to align with it rather than chase after it. This shift in perspective can transform your experience of manifestation from one of struggle to one of ease and fulfillment. The essence of manifestation is about resonance and alignment, not effort and struggle. It's about tuning into the frequency of your desires and allowing them to come to you naturally. By understanding and embracing this concept, you can approach manifestation with a sense of ease and confidence, knowing that what you seek is already within your grasp. Believing in abundance is a fundamental principle in the process of manifestation. The concept of abundance transcends mere material wealth. It encompasses a deep understanding that there is more than enough of everything: love, opportunities, joy, and resources available to everyone. This belief is pivotal because it shifts your perception from one of limitation to one of endless possibilities. When we talk about abundance, we're referring to an underlying principle that the universe operates on a scale of infinite potential. This principle suggests that everything you desire is already available in the grand spectrum of possibilities. Your task is not to create or strive for this abundance, but to align yourself with it and allow it to flow into your life. This perspective moves away from the traditional notion that effort and struggle are required to achieve one's goals. Believing in abundance involves fundamentally changing how you view your circumstances and your capacity to receive. It's about moving from a mindset of scarcity, where you feel limited and constrained, to one of expansion and openness. This shift is essential, because what you believe directly impacts what you attract into your life. If you believe in scarcity, you may find yourself constantly striving for what you lack, creating a cycle of frustration and unfulfilled desires. Conversely, when you believe in abundance, you open yourself up to receiving more, trusting that the universe can and will provide. One way to cultivate a belief in abundance is to practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you already have, reinforcing the idea that your life is already full of blessings. By consistently acknowledging and appreciating what is present in your life, you train your mind to recognize and expect more of the same. This practice helps to build a foundation of abundance, making it easier for you to align with and attract additional positive experiences. Another important aspect of believing in abundance is to overcome limiting beliefs and mental blocks that hinder your ability to receive. Often these beliefs are deeply ingrained and stem from past experiences or societal conditioning that suggest there are limits to what you can achieve or receive. To counteract these beliefs, it's essential to engage in self-reflection and challenge any thoughts that perpetuate a scarcity mindset. By addressing and reprogramming these limiting beliefs, you create a mental environment that is conducive to attracting abundance. It's also valuable to surround yourself with positive influences and environments that reinforce the idea of abundance. Engaging with people who share an abundance mindset and immersing yourself in uplifting and supportive environments can help to strengthen your own beliefs. When you're surrounded by positivity and encouragement, it becomes easier to maintain a belief in the endless possibilities available to you. Your belief in abundance also involves recognizing and embracing the idea that you are inherently worthy of receiving. Sometimes people struggle with accepting abundance because they feel unworthy or undeserving. It's crucial to affirm and internalize that you deserve to receive everything you desire. This sense of worthiness is integral to manifesting abundance, as it aligns your self-perception with the reality of limitless possibilities. Understanding that abundance is a universal principle that applies to everyone can help to alleviate feelings of competition or jealousy. When you see someone else achieving or receiving what you desire, instead of feeling envious, recognize that their success is a reflection of the abundance available to all. This shift in perspective allows you to celebrate others' successes as proof that abundance is real and accessible, rather than as a sign of scarcity. Finally, cultivating a belief in abundance requires patience and persistence. It's important to remember that shifting your mindset is a gradual process. There might be moments of doubt or setbacks, but maintaining a steadfast belief in abundance will eventually lead to a more profound and lasting alignment with your desires. The key is to remain committed to the practice of believing in abundance and to continue reinforcing this belief through your thoughts, actions, and interactions. By deeply embracing the concept of abundance, you open yourself to a greater flow of positive experiences and opportunities. This belief serves as the foundation for effective manifestation, allowing you to attract and receive what you desire with greater ease and confidence. Aligning with your desires is a pivotal aspect of successful manifestation, and it involves harmonizing your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you wish to create. This alignment is less about forcing or struggling to achieve your goals and more about creating a resonance with what you already envision as part of your reality. When we speak of aligning with your desires, we are essentially talking about being in sync with the frequency of your goals. Everything in the universe vibrates at a specific frequency, including your desires. To manifest effectively, you need to match your own frequency to that of your desires. This means cultivating a mental and emotional state that is congruent with the outcome you wish to experience. When your internal state aligns with your desired reality, you naturally draw those experiences into your life. The first step in this alignment process is clarity. Clearly defining what you want helps to set a precise target for your thoughts and emotions. When your goals are well defined, your mind can focus its energy more effectively. This clarity allows you to concentrate on the specific feelings and experiences associated with your desired outcome, making it easier to align with them. For instance, if you desire a new job, your focus should be on the feelings of success, fulfillment, and joy that come with that position, rather than on the job search process itself. Visualization plays a crucial role in this alignment. By regularly visualizing your desired outcome, you create a vivid mental picture of what it feels like to achieve your goals. This practice helps to anchor your desires in your subconscious mind, making them more tangible and real. Visualization not only involves imagining the end result, but also immersing yourself in the emotions and sensations associated with it. The more real you make the experience in your mind, the more aligned you become with its actualization. Emotional alignment is equally important. Emotions are powerful indicators of your alignment with your desires. When you feel positive emotions such as excitement, joy, and gratitude, you are resonating with the frequency of your goals. Conversely, negative emotions like doubt, fear, or frustration can signal misalignment and create resistance. To maintain alignment, it's essential to address and transform any negative emotions or limiting beliefs that arise. Techniques such as affirmations, meditation, or cognitive reframing can help shift your emotional state to one that supports your desires. Behavioral alignment involves taking actions that are consistent with your goals. While manifestation is not solely about action, the actions you take should reflect your alignment with your desires. This means engaging in activities that are in harmony with the reality you want to create. For example, if you aspire to be a successful author, you should spend time writing, reading, and engaging with the writing community. These actions reinforce your commitment to your goals and signal to the universe that you are ready to receive what you desire. Another key aspect of alignment is maintaining a state of receptivity. Being open to receiving what you want is crucial for manifestation. This involves letting go of resistance and allowing yourself to accept opportunities and resources that come your way. Receptivity is about being open to the signs and synchronicities that guide you toward your desires. When you stay open and responsive to these cues, you align more closely with the flow of your goals. Consistency in maintaining your alignment is vital. It's not enough to align with your desires. Sporadically consistent alignment strengthens your manifestation power. This involves regularly practicing visualization, affirmations, and maintaining a positive emotional state. Consistency helps to reinforce your commitment and keeps your desires at the forefront of your mind. Alignment requires patience and trust in the process. Manifestation often takes time, and there may be periods when it seems like progress is slow. Trusting that your alignment efforts are working and that your desires are on their way is crucial. Maintaining faith and staying aligned, even during challenging times, ensures that you remain in harmony with your goals and open to receiving them. Aligning with your desires involves harmonizing your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the frequency of your goals. It requires clarity, visualization, emotional alignment, consistent action, receptivity, and trust in the process. By integrating these elements, you create a powerful resonance with your desires, making it easier to manifest them into your reality. Imagination is a critical tool in the process of manifestation, serving as a bridge between the abstract realm of desire and the tangible world of reality. The power of imagination lies in its ability to vividly picture and emotionally experience the outcomes you wish to achieve, thus making them more attainable and real. This process is not merely about daydreaming. It involves a deliberate and focused use of your mental faculties to create and solidify the reality you wish to manifest. To fully understand the role of imagination in manifestation, it's essential to recognize that your mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you immerse yourself in a detailed mental picture of your desired outcome, your subconscious mind begins to accept this image as a real and attainable possibility. This acceptance in turn influences your thoughts, behaviors, and interactions in ways that align with the realization of your desires. Visualization is the practice of using your imagination to create a clear and detailed mental image of your goals. This technique involves more than just a fleeting thought. It requires a focused and immersive experience where you see, feel, and emotionally engage with your desired outcome. For example, if you wish to manifest a successful career, you would visualize yourself in that role, feeling the emotions associated with success, such as pride, fulfillment, and joy. This vivid engagement helps to embed the reality of your desire into your subconscious mind, setting the stage for it to manifest in your external world. The effectiveness of visualization is enhanced when you incorporate as many senses as possible. Imagine not only what you see, but also what you hear, smell, and feel in your mental rehearsal. For instance, if you're visualizing yourself giving a successful presentation, include the sound of applause, the texture of the presentation materials, and the visual details of the setting. The more sensory details you include, the more real the experience becomes to your subconscious mind. Imagination also helps to overcome limiting beliefs and fears that might obstruct your path to manifestation. By vividly imagining your success and repeatedly experiencing the positive emotions associated with it, you challenge and reframe any doubts or negative thoughts. This mental rehearsal creates a strong positive association with your desired outcome, gradually replacing any limiting beliefs with empowering ones. In addition to visualization, creative imagination can be used to brainstorm and explore different paths to your goals. This process involves thinking outside the box and considering various possibilities and opportunities that align with your desires. For instance, if you're seeking a new job, use your imagination to explore different industries, roles, and work environments that excite you. This creative exploration can provide insights and inspiration that might not have been apparent through conventional thinking alone. It's important to practice regular and consistent use of your imagination. Like any skill, the more you exercise your imaginative faculties, the stronger and more effective they become. Set aside dedicated time each day to engage in visualization exercises and mental rehearsals. This practice helps to maintain a clear focus on your goals and reinforces your commitment to achieving them. One effective way to enhance your imaginative practice is to create vision boards or use other visual aids. Vision boards are physical representations of your goals, including images, words, and symbols that represent your desires. By regularly viewing and interacting with these visual aids, you reinforce the images and feelings associated with your goals, keeping them present in your subconscious mind. Journaling can be a powerful tool for engaging your imagination. Writing about your goals as if they have already been achieved allows you to explore and solidify the details of your desired outcome. This process helps to clarify your vision and strengthen your emotional connection to it. Imagination also plays a role in maintaining motivation and enthusiasm. When you consistently engage with your desired outcomes through mental imagery, you keep the excitement and passion alive. This sustained enthusiasm fuels your efforts and helps to overcome any obstacles or challenges that may arise. The power of an imagination in manifestation lies in its ability to create a clear, vivid, and emotionally charged vision of your goals. By consistently practicing visualization, exploring creative possibilities, and using visual aids and journaling, you strengthen your alignment with your desires and pave the way for their realization. Imagination transforms abstract desires into tangible realities, making the manifestation process more accessible and effective. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial in the manifestation process because it directly influences how effectively you attract and receive what you desire. A positive mindset acts as a powerful catalyst, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals. When you approach manifestation with positivity, you create a fertile environment for your desires to flourish. This mindset is not just about surface-level optimism, but involves a deep-seated belief in the potential for good and a proactive attitude toward overcoming challenges. A positive mindset begins with cultivating an optimistic outlook on life. This involves focusing on what is going well rather than dwelling on difficulties or setbacks. By shifting your attention to the positive aspects of your life and your goals, you train your mind to operate from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. This shift in focus helps to maintain your motivation and energy levels, making it easier to stay aligned with your desires. One effective strategy for fostering a positive mindset is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude helps to shift your perspective from what you lack to what you already have. Regularly acknowledging and appreciating the good things in your life reinforces the belief that there is always something to be thankful for. This practice not only enhances your mood, but also creates a positive emotional state that supports the manifestation of your goals. By consistently focusing on gratitude, you reinforce a mindset of abundance and possibility. Another important aspect of maintaining a positive mindset is the management of negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. Negative self-talk can undermine your confidence and create a barrier to achieving your goals. It's essential to recognize and address these self-limiting thoughts by replacing them with positive affirmations and empowering beliefs. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'll never be able to achieve this," counteract it with affirmations like, "I am capable of achieving my goals and deserve success." This process helps to reprogram your subconscious mind and aligns your thoughts with a positive, goal-oriented mindset. Visualization techniques are also integral to maintaining a positive mindset. By regularly visualizing your desired outcomes and immersing yourself in the positive emotions associated with achieving them, you reinforce a positive mental and emotional state. This practice not only clarifies your goals, but also helps to create a strong emotional connection to them. When you consistently visualize your success, you cultivate a sense of certainty and enthusiasm, which supports your overall positivity and alignment with your desires. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another effective way to maintain a positive mindset. The people you interact with, the content you consume, and the environments you engage in all impact your mental and emotional state. Being around supportive and optimistic individuals can boost your own positivity and provide encouragement. Additionally, consuming uplifting content such as motivational books, podcasts, or videos can reinforce a positive outlook and inspire you to stay focused on your goals. It's also important to practice self-care and maintain a balanced lifestyle. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being supports a positive mindset by reducing stress and promoting overall health. Regular exercise, a nutritious diet, adequate sleep, and relaxation techniques all contribute to a positive and resilient mindset. By prioritizing self-care, you ensure that you have the energy and emotional stability needed to stay aligned with your goals. Handling setbacks and challenges with a positive attitude is another crucial aspect of maintaining a positive mindset. It's natural to encounter obstacles on the path to achieving your goals, but how you respond to these challenges can make a significant difference. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Adopting a problem-solving mindset and focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on difficulties helps to maintain your positivity and momentum. Maintaining a positive mindset is about cultivating an unwavering belief in your ability to achieve your goals and a proactive approach to overcoming challenges. By practicing gratitude, managing negative self-talk, visualizing success, surrounding yourself with positive influences, prioritizing self-care, and handling setbacks constructively, you create a supportive mental environment that enhances your manifestation efforts. A positive mindset not only aligns your thoughts and emotions with your desires, but also fuels your actions and persistence, making it a key component in the successful realization of your goals. The concept of letting go of attachment to outcomes is fundamental to the manifestation process, as it involves balancing the desire for a specific result with the ability to release control over how and when it materializes. This principle is about trusting the natural flow of events and maintaining a state of openness and receptivity to what the universe has in store for you. It is an essential component because attachment to outcomes can create resistance and impede the manifestation process, while letting go allows you to align more seamlessly with your desires. When you are overly attached to a specific outcome, you may inadvertently create resistance. This attachment often stems from a sense of urgency or desperation, which can lead to a focus on lack and a heightened emotional state of anxiety or frustration. This mindset is counterproductive to manifestation because it creates a disconnect between your desires and your ability to receive them. Attachment often implies a lack of trust in the process, which can hinder the natural flow of abundance and opportunities. To release attachment, it's important to cultivate a mindset of trust and faith in the manifestation process. This involves understanding and accepting that the timing and method of achieving your desires may not always align with your initial expectations. Trusting that the universe is working in your favor and that everything will unfold in the best possible way helps to reduce anxiety and resistance. By relinquishing the need to control every aspect of the outcome, you allow space for the universe to work its magic and bring your desires to fruition in ways you might not have anticipated. One effective way to practice letting go is through mindfulness and presence. When you focus on the present moment and engage fully with your current experiences, you reduce the fixation on the future and the specific outcomes you desire. Mindfulness helps you to detach from the constant mental chatter about how and when your desires will manifest, allowing you to experience a greater sense of peace and contentment. By grounding yourself in the present, you maintain a positive and receptive attitude that supports the manifestation process. Another approach to releasing attachment is to practice detachment through active relaxation techniques. Engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, such as meditation, yoga, or creative pursuits, can help shift your focus away from the obsessive pursuit of outcomes. These activities not only provide a break from the pressure of achieving your goals, but also help to align your energy with a state of ease and openness. This relaxed state is conducive to manifestation, as it allows you to maintain a positive and receptive mindset without being bogged down by stress or tension. Affirmations and positive self-talk can also support the process of letting go. Repeating affirmations that reinforce your trust in the manifestation process and your ability to receive what you desire helps to shift your focus from attachment to acceptance. For example, affirmations such as "I trust that everything is unfolding perfectly," or "I am open to receiving my desires in unexpected ways" can help to cultivate a mindset of trust and reduce the need for control. It's important to remember that letting go of attachment does not mean giving up on your goals or desires. Instead, it involves shifting your approach from a rigid attachment to a flexible, open-minded attitude. You can continue to take inspired actions toward your goals while maintaining a sense of detachment from the specific outcome. This balance allows you to remain engaged with your desires without becoming overwhelmed by the need for a particular result. Understanding that the manifestation process is dynamic and ever-evolving can also aid in releasing attachment. The journey toward your desires may involve twists and turns, and the ultimate outcome may differ from what you initially envisioned. Embracing the fluidity of the process and being open to unexpected opportunities helps you to stay aligned with your desires while allowing for natural adjustments and improvements along the way. Letting go of attachment to outcomes is about fostering a sense of trust, openness, and receptivity. By focusing on the present moment, engaging in relaxation techniques, using affirmations, and embracing the dynamic nature of the manifestation process, you create a conducive environment for your desires to materialize. This approach not only reduces resistance and anxiety, but also enhances your ability to receive and enjoy the manifestations that come your way. Staying focused on your goals while maintaining a sense of openness to unexpected opportunities is essential in the manifestation process. This balance ensures that you are aligned with your desires, actively pursuing them, yet also receptive to new possibilities that may arise. Focusing on your goals provides direction and purpose, while openness allows you to adapt and benefit from unforeseen opportunities that align with your overall vision. Maintaining focus on your goals involves setting clear, specific objectives and consistently working toward them. This clarity helps direct your thoughts, actions, and energy toward achieving your desired outcomes. By having well-defined goals, you create a roadmap that guides your efforts and decisions. This focused approach helps to prevent distraction and ensures that your actions are aligned with your ultimate objectives. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your goals can also help to keep your efforts on track, ensuring that you remain committed and motivated. An exclusive focus on a narrow set of goals can sometimes lead to rigidity, preventing you from recognizing or seizing opportunities that fall outside of your initial plan. This is where the concept of openness becomes crucial. Openness involves cultivating a flexible mindset that allows you to adapt to new information, circumstances, and opportunities. It means being willing to explore alternatives and consider possibilities that you may not have initially anticipated. This flexibility can be incredibly beneficial, as it enables you to take advantage of serendipitous events or unexpected pathways that might enhance or complement your goals. One practical way to maintain focus while staying open to opportunities is to develop a practice of regular reflection and assessment. By periodically reviewing your progress and evaluating the effectiveness of your strategies, you can identify areas where you might benefit from a shift in approach or new opportunities. This reflective practice helps you to stay aligned with your goals while also remaining open to adjustments or enhancements that might arise. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine can also support this balance. Mindfulness helps you to stay present and aware of your current experiences, which is essential for recognizing and responding to new opportunities. When you are fully present, you are more likely to notice subtle signs or synchronicities that may lead to beneficial outcomes. Mindfulness also helps to reduce stress and maintain a clear, calm mindset, which enhances your ability to make thoughtful decisions and respond to unexpected opportunities. Networking and building relationships with others can further support your ability to stay open to new opportunities. Engaging with a diverse group of people can provide valuable insights, resources, and connections that you may not have encountered otherwise. Networking expands your perspective and exposes you to different viewpoints and ideas, which can help you to recognize and seize opportunities that align with your goals. By cultivating genuine relationships and staying open to collaboration, you create a supportive network that can offer guidance and support in your manifestation journey. It's also important to cultivate a mindset of curiosity and exploration. Approach your goals with a sense of curiosity about how they might unfold and be willing to experiment with different approaches. This exploratory attitude helps to keep your efforts dynamic and responsive to new information or opportunities. Being curious about how your goals can manifest in various ways allows you to remain flexible and adaptable, which enhances your ability to achieve your objectives while embracing unexpected possibilities. Balancing focus with openness requires a willingness to trust the process and have faith that the universe is guiding you toward your desires in the most effective way. Trusting that there are multiple paths to achieving your goals helps you to remain open to unexpected opportunities and reduces the need for rigid control. This trust also fosters a positive and receptive mindset, which supports the manifestation process by keeping you aligned with your desires and open to receiving them in the most beneficial way. In summary, staying focused on your goals while maintaining openness to unexpected opportunities involves setting clear objectives, regularly reflecting on your progress, incorporating mindfulness, networking, and cultivating curiosity. This balance ensures that you are actively working toward your goals, while also being receptive to new possibilities that may enhance or complement your vision. By integrating these practices, you create a dynamic and flexible approach to manifestation, allowing you to achieve your goals while benefiting from the serendipitous opportunities that arise along the way. The journey of manifestation is a delicate dance between focused intention and open receptivity. It begins with the powerful tool of imagination, which allows you to vividly picture and emotionally experience your desired outcomes. By engaging deeply with your goals through visualization and creative exploration, you align your subconscious mind with your aspirations, making them more attainable. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial throughout this process. Embracing an optimistic outlook, practicing gratitude, and managing negative self-talk helps to create a supportive mental environment that fosters the realization of your desires. A positive mindset not only enhances your motivation but also aligns your energy with the manifestation process, making it easier to attract and receive what you want. Equally important is the practice of letting go of attachment to specific outcomes. By releasing control over how and when your desires will materialize, you allow the universe to work its magic and bring forth opportunities in ways you might not have anticipated. This sense of trust and openness helps to reduce resistance and creates a more fluid and receptive environment for manifestation. Balancing focus with openness is essential for navigating the manifestation journey. Staying committed to your goals while remaining open to unexpected opportunities allows you to adapt and benefit from new possibilities. This balance ensures that you are actively pursuing your desires while also embracing the dynamic and ever-evolving nature of the process. In essence, successful manifestation involves a harmonious blend of imagination, positivity, trust, and flexibility. By harnessing these elements, you create a powerful foundation for achieving your goals and welcoming the abundance that life has to offer. The journey is not just about achieving specific outcomes, but also about cultivating a mindset and approach that supports continual growth and fulfillment. Embrace the process with enthusiasm and trust that everything is unfolding in alignment with your highest good.
I want you to cast aside all doubts, all fears, and all limitations that you have imposed upon yourself. For in this moment we stand at the threshold of infinite possibility, where the seeds of greatness are waiting to be planted in the fertile soil of your imagination. Imagination, my dear friends, is the God-given power that resides within you. It is the very essence of creation, the force that shapes worlds and molds reality to its will. And today we shall harness this power to build an empire, not of brick and mortar, but of consciousness and manifestation. Now you may ask, Neville, how can I build an empire when I have nothing to my name? And to that I say you have everything you need within you at this very moment. For the empire we speak of is not one that exists in the external world, but one that takes form first in the realm of imagination. Consider for a moment the great empires of history: Rome, Britain, the United States. Before they became physical realities, they existed as ideas, as visions in the minds of those who dared to dream. And so it is with your empire. It must first be conceived and nurtured in the womb of your imagination before it can be birthed into the world of form. To act as if you're going to build an empire is to assume the state of the wish fulfilled. It is to live from the end, to experience in your mind and heart the reality of your as if it already exists. This, my friends, is the secret to manifestation that I have shared with you time and time again. Let us delve deeper into this concept. When you act as if you're going to build an empire, you are not pretending or deceiving yourself. No, you are aligning yourself with the universal law of assumption. You are stepping into the shoes of the person who has already achieved what you desire, feeling the emotions, thinking the thoughts, and carrying yourself with the confidence of one who has already succeeded. Imagine for a moment that you are the head of a vast empire. How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you interact with others? Would you doubt your abilities or question your worth? Of course not. You would move through the world with an unshakable belief in yourself and your vision. This is the state of consciousness you must adopt now, in this very moment. For as you assume this state, you set in motion the forces of creation that will bring your empire into being. Remember, my dear friends, the outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner state of being. Change the inner, and the outer must conform. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, I've tried creative thinking before, and nothing changed. To this I say, you have not fully understood the power of imagination and assumption. It is not enough to merely think positive thoughts or recite affirmations. You must feel the reality of your desired state with every fiber of your being. When you lie down to sleep at night, do not close your eyes to the world as it appears to be. Instead, close your eyes to enter the world as you wish it to be. See yourself at the helm of your empire. Feel the weight of responsibility on your shoulders, but also the exhilaration of success. Hear the voices of those who look to you for leadership. Smell the leather of your executive chair. Taste the sweetness of accomplishment. As you immerse yourself in this imaginal scene night after night, you are impressing upon your subconscious mind the reality of your empire. And it is your subconscious mind, my friends, that holds the power to bring your desires into manifestation. Consider the biblical story of Joseph, who interpreted Pharaoh's dream of fat cows, followed by 7 lean cows. Joseph understood that the dream was a presage of 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. But more importantly, he acted on this knowledge, preparing Egypt for the coming hardship and ultimately saving the nation. You too must act on the knowledge of your coming empire. Prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the greatness that awaits you. Cultivate the skill, the mindset, and the connections that an empire builder would possess. For in doing so, you are not merely pretending, you are becoming. Let me share with you a personal experience that illustrates this principle. Many years ago, when I was a young man struggling to make ends meet, I decided that I would become a successful author and lecturer. At the time, this seemed like an impossible dream. I had no connections, no formal education in writing or public speaking, and certainly no audience. But I understood the power of imagination and assumption. Every night before I fell asleep, I would imagine myself standing on stage before a packed auditorium. I could hear the applause, feel the energy of a crowd, and see the rapt attention on their faces as I shared my teachings. In my imagination, I held my published books in my hands, feeling their weight and texture, seeing my name on the cover. During the day, I acted as if this were already my reality. I carried myself with the confidence of a successful author and speaker. I spoke about my ideas with passion and conviction, even if my audience was just one person. I wrote tirelessly, honing my craft, believing that my words would one day reach millions. And lo and behold, my friends, that reality came to pass. Not overnight, not without effort, but with an unwavering in the power of my imagination. The empire in my mind became manifest in the physical world. This is the power that lies within each of you. The empire you seek to build, be it in business, in the arts, in philanthropy, or in any other field already existing potential. Your task is to bring it forth through the creative power of your imagination. Now let us address a common misconception. Acting as if you're going to build an empire does not mean ignoring the present reality or neglecting the practical steps necessary for success. On the contrary, it means approaching your current circumstances with the mindset of an empire builder. If you are currently working an entry-level job, do not despair or resent your position. Instead, see it as the first step in your empire-building journey. Approach each task, no matter how mundane, with the dedication and excellence a CEO. For in truth, you are the CEO of your own life, the ruler of your inner kingdom. Remember the words of Scripture, he who is faithful in little is always faithful. By proving your worth and capability in your current circumstances, you are laying the foundation for the empire to come. The skills you develop, the relationships you forge, the reputation you build, all of these are true elements in the manifestation of your vision. Moreover, as you act from the state of having achieved your goal, you will find that opportunities begin to present themselves. Doors that were once closed will mysteriously open. People who can aid you in your journey will be drawn to you, almost as if by magic. But it is not magic, my dear friends. It is the law of attraction and action, responding to the changes in your consciousness. Let me give you an example to illustrate this point. Imagine two individuals, both aspiring entrepreneurs. The first constantly doubts himself, focuses on his limitations, and approaches potential investors with a sense of desperation. The second, having applied the principle we're discussing today, carries himself with the confidence of a successful business owner. He sees each meeting not as a plea for help, but as an opportunity to share his vision and invite others to be part of something great. Which of these two do you think is more likely to succeed? Which one would you be more inclined to support or invest in? The answer is clear. By assuming the state of success, by acting as if your empire is already a reality, you become a magnet for the very opportunities and resources you need to make it manifest. But let me caution you, my friends, this is not about ego or arrogance. The empire builder we speak of is not a tyrant or a despot, but a visionary leader who owns that true power lies in service to others. As you act as if you're building an empire, cultivate also the qualities of wisdom, compassion, and responsibility. For what good is an empire if it does not uplift humanity? What value is there in wealth and power if it does not fly up higher purpose? The greatest empires in history are those that have contributed to the advancement of civilization, that have left the world better than they found it. So as you imagine your empire, see also the positive impact it will have on the world. Visualize the lives that will be improved, the problems that will be solved, the beauty that will be created. Let this be the driving force behind your actions, the fuel that powers your imagination. Now, my dear friends, I want you to understand that the journey of building an empire is not always smooth or easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But it is in these moments that the power of your imagination becomes most crucial. When faced with obstacles, do not succumb to fear or despair. Instead, return to your imaginal scene. Step once again into the reality of your completed empire. Feel the strength, the resilience, the unwavering faith of the person who has overcome all challenges to achieve their vision. From this state of consciousness, approach your problems not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities for growth and innovation. For every great empire in history has faced its share of challenges, and it is in overcoming these challenges that empires are forged and leaders are made. Consider the story of Abraham Lincoln, who failed in business, suffered a nervous breakdown, and lost multiple elections before becoming one of the greatest presidents in American history. Or think of Steve Jobs, who was ousted from the company he founded only to return years later and lead Apple to unprecedented success. These individuals did not allow their circumstances to define them. They held fast to their vision. They acted as if their empires were destined to be built, and in doing so, they reshaped the world. You too have this power within you. The challenges you face are not punishments or signs of failure. They are the very tools by which your empire will be built, the forge in which your character will be tempered. As you go through your daily life, I want you to be acutely aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Are they aligned with the empire you intend to build? Are you thinking the thoughts of an empire builder? Are you feeling emotions of someone who knows their success is assured? Are you taking the actions that your future self would be proud of? If you find yourself slipping into doubt or negativity, do not judge yourself harshly. Simply acknowledge the thought or emotion, and then consciously choose to realign yourself with your vision. This is the practice of living from the end, of maintaining the state of the wish fulfilled. Let me share with you a technique that I have found particularly powerful in maintaining the state of consciousness. Throughout your day, pause for a moment and ask yourself, how would I be seeing this situation if my empire were already built? This simple question can shift your perspective dramatically, allowing you to approach even the most challenging circumstances from a place of power and possibility. For instance, if you're faced with a difficult decision, instead of feeling overwhelmed, ask yourself, how would the successful leader of my empire handle this situation? By doing so, you tap into a wellspring of wisdom and confidence that you may not have realized you possessed. Remember, my friends, the empire you are building is not separate from you. It is an extension of your consciousness, a manifestation of your innermost being. As you grow and evolve, so too will your empire. As you expand your consciousness, so too will the reach and impact of your vision. This is why personal growth and self-reflection are crucial elements in the process of empire building. Take time each day to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Read voraciously, not just in your field of expertise, but across a wide range of subjects. For true innovation often comes from connecting ideas across disparate fields. Practice meditation or contemplation, allowing yourself moments of stillness amidst the business of building your empire. In these moments of quiet, you may receive inspirations and insights that can propel your vision forward in ways you never imagined. Care for your physical health as well, for a strong body supports a strong mind. The demands of empire building require stamina, energy, and resilience. By treating your body as a valuable instrument, it is to ensure that you have the vitality needed to bring your vision to life. And perhaps most importantly, cultivate relationships with others who share your vision and values. Surround yourself with those who believe in you and your empire, even if they cannot yet see it in the physical world. Their faith in you will strengthen your own faith in yourself. But be cautious, my dear friends, of those who would seek to diminish your vision or discourage you from your path. Not everyone will understand the empire you are building, especially in its early stages. Some may scoff at your ambitions or try to convince you to settle for less. These voices, both external and internal, you must learn to say with kindness but firmness. I appreciate your concern, but I know the truth of who I am and what I am capable of achieving. For in the end, it is your belief in yourself and your vision that will determine the success of your empire. As we near the conclusion of our time together, I want to emphasize once more the importance of persistence and patience in this process. Rome, as they say, was not built in a day, and neither will your empire be. But every day, with every thought, every emotion, and every action aligned with your vision, you are laying the foundation and erecting the pillars of your empire. Trust in the process, my friends. Trust in the law of assumption. Trust in the creative power of your imagination. For as surely as night follows day, the seed planted in the fertile soil of your mind will grow and bear fruit in the physical world. Let me leave you with this final thought. The empire you are building is not just for you. It is for all those whose lives will be touched and transformed by your vision. It is for the generations that will come after you, who will build upon the foundation you have laid. So act as if you're going to build an empire, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of all humanity. Let your vision be grand, let your actions be bold, and let your faith be unshakable. For in truth, my dear friends, you are not just building an empire. You are participating in the grand creative process of the universe itself. You are fulfilling your divine purpose, expressing the infinite potential that lies within you. As you leave this place today, carry with you the knowledge that you are already the emperor or empress of your own consciousness. The throne is yours to claim. The crown is yours to wear. Step into this role with grace, with confidence, and with the unwavering certainty that your empire is not just a possibility, but an inevitability. Go forth, my friends, and build your empires, not in some distant future, but here and now, in the only moment that truly exists. For as you assume the state of the wish fulfilled, as you live from the end, you set in motion forces beyond your comprehension that will work tirelessly to bring your vision into reality. Remember, the world is waiting for your empire. It is waiting for the unique gifts that only you can bring, for the problems that only you can solve, for the beauty that only you can create. Do not keep the world waiting any longer. Act as if you're going to build an empire, and watch in awe as the universe conspires to make it so. For in the end, my dear friends, it is not just an empire you are building, but a new world, a world shaped by your imagination, brought into being by your faith, and sustained by your love. Go now and create. Go now and build. Go now and become the emperor or empress you were always meant to be. The power is within you. The time is now, and the world is waiting. Thank you, and may your empires flourish beyond your wildest dreams. In your world today, you've been conditioned to believe that effort, struggle, and constant striving are the pathways to your desires. The world teaches you to push harder, to fight more fiercely, to compete more intensely. But I tell you this, the very act of trying is the confession that you do not have. And as long as you are trying to get something, you are confirming its absence in your experience. Let me share with you a principle that I know to be true, not as theory, but as a law I have proven countless times. The more you try to get something, the more you push it away. This is the law of reverse effort, and it operates with mathematical precision in our universe. When you try to get something, you are automatically confessing that you don't have it, and what you confess you possess. I think about it for a moment. When you try to fall asleep, does sleep come? No, the harder you try, the more elusive sleep becomes. When you try to remember a name, does it come to you? No. It's only when you stop trying, when you relax your mind, that the name flows effortlessly into your consciousness. This is the secret I'm sharing with you tonight. Now let me take you to Scripture, for the Bible is the greatest psychological document ever written. In the book of Matthew, it is written, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Notice carefully the tense used here. It doesn't say believe you will receive it, but believe that you have received it. This is the key to all manifestation. The great error of humanity is that they're trying to get what they already have. You are trying to become what you already are. The very moment you desire something, that which you desire already exists in what I call your imaginal act. It is already yours in the spiritual realm. And the spiritual realm is the cause, while the physical realm is but the effect. Let me share with you a personal experience. Years ago when I was in Barbados, I desired to go to America. Everyone told me it was impossible during wartime. The quota was small, and the waiting list was long. But I discovered this principle I'm sharing with you tonight. Instead of trying to get to America, I assumed I was already there. I lived in the end, in the feeling of already being in America. I walked the streets of New York in my imagination. I felt the cold winter air on my face. I saw the tall buildings. I lived from that state of consciousness. I did not try to get there. I lived as though I was already there. And then the most extraordinary series of events unfolded. A man I had never met facilitated my journey. And within months, I was standing on the very streets I had walked in my imagination. You see, the secret is not in the trying, but in the assuming of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Now, let me show you how this principle operates in every area of your life. Whether it's money, love, health, or success, the law remains the same. The moment you stop trying to get it and simply assume you have it, the entire universe reorganizes itself to make it so. But you must understand, this is not positive thinking or wishful thinking. This is the law of consciousness. Consider this. Everything in your world is pushed out of your consciousness. Your consciousness is the only reality. When you try to get something, you are pushing out the consciousness of lack, of not having. But when you assume you already have it, when you live in the end, you push out the consciousness of possession, of having. Let me give you a technique I have taught to thousands, and it has never failed when properly applied. Instead of trying to get what you want, every night as you lay down to sleep, assume you already have it. Feel the naturalness of having it. Create a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the completeness of possession. Then fall asleep in that state. You see, sleep is the state of consciousness where your subconscious mind is most receptive. As you fall asleep feeling you already have what you desire, you are impregnating your subconscious with the seed of fulfillment. And just as the seed must fall into the earth and die to its current form to be reborn as something greater, your conscious mind must fly into the sleep state while holding the feeling of fulfillment. This is what is meant in Scripture when it says, "The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his field." Your desire, planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind through the feeling of fulfillment, must grow and manifest in your world. But remember, you must stop trying. Trying implies effort, and effort implies lack. Instead, Live in the absolute assumption that what you desire is already yours. Feel its reality now. Experience the joy of possession now. Let every action, every word, every thought spring from the consciousness of already being what you want to be, having what you want to have. Many of you may be thinking, but Neville, how can I assume something is mine when my senses tell me otherwise? This is where the art of consciousness comes into play. Your physical senses show you the harvest of your previous assumptions. They show you the effects, not the cause. The cause lies in your consciousness, and that is where the change must take place. When you walk into your room at night, you don't try to get light. You simply flick the switch, assuming the light will come on. You don't stand there trying to make the light appear. You act with the absolute confidence that the light will respond to your action. This is how you must be with all your desires. Let me share another principle that few understand. The outside world is dead. It has no power to give you anything or take anything away. It is simply responding to your consciousness. When you try to change things on the outside without changing your consciousness, you are like someone trying to change their reflection in the mirror without changing their face. Your world is yourself pushed out. Every person, every circumstance, every event in your life is yourself pushed out. When you try to change them through effort, you are working on the reflection. But when you change your consciousness, when you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the reflection must change. This is why Scripture tells us, be still and know that I am God. This stillness is not physical stillness, but the stillness of trying. It is the cessation of effort. It is the complete acceptance that what you desire is already yours. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. Yet Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. This is not a lesson in laziness, but a profound spiritual truth. The lily doesn't try to grow. It grows by allowing the life force within it to express itself perfectly. You are that lily. Your desires are the perfect pattern of your unfolding. But when you try to force them into being, you interfere with the perfect pattern. You introduce struggle where there should be only allowance. Let me give you a practical exercise. Tonight, when you go home, take your desire, whatever it may be, and create a scene that would imply its fulfillment. Make it as natural as possible. If your desire is for a new home, feel yourself living in that home. Feel the texture of the furniture. Walk from room to room. Feel the joy of ownership. Then, and this is crucial, don't try to make it happen. Simply know that by feeling the reality of it, you have set in motion the law that must bring it into your physical experience. Remember, the feeling is the secret. Not the trying, not the effort, but the feeling. Feel as you would feel if your desire were already a physical fact. Persist in that feeling and watch how life rearranges itself to match your assumption. Now let me address something that often confuses people. They ask, but Neville, doesn't this mean we should do nothing? No, that's not what I'm teaching. Action will come, but it will be inspired action, not forced action. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will be moved to take whatever action is necessary, but it will feel natural and effortless. Think of a composer writing music. He doesn't try to compose, he listens inwardly and records what he hears. Think of a great artist painting. They don't try to paint, they allow the image within to express itself through them. This is how you must be with your desires. The great secret is this: the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the very feeling that seals its fulfillment. The more you try to get it, the more you affirm its absence. But when you live in the end, when you possess it in consciousness, the trying ceases and the having begins. Let me share one more biblical reference that beautifully illustrates this principle. Before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. This is telling you that the moment you desire something, it is already accomplished in consciousness. Your work is not to get it, but to accept it, to assume it, to live in the end. As we conclude tonight's discussion, I want you to grasp this fundamental truth. Everything you desire desires you. Everything you want wants you. But as long as you try to get it, you create resistance. The moment you assume you have it, all resistance dissolves. Tonight, dare to assume you are what you want to be. Dare to assume you have what you want to have. Don't try to make it happen. Know that it is already done. Live from that assumption and watch the miracle unfold. Remember, consciousness is the only reality. What you are conscious of being and having, you must become and have. The world is yourself pushed out. Change your concept of yourself, and you change your world. Stop trying to get it, and you'll have it. This is the law, and there is no other way under heaven by which anything is accomplished. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and all that you desire is already there, waiting for you to stop trying to get it, and simply accept it as yours. Now, go in peace, knowing that what I have told you tonight is true. Apply this law, test it, prove it in the laboratory of daily life. For I tell you, with God all things are possible, and God is your own wonderful human imagination. Many of you came to me after our previous discussions asking, but Neville, if I stop trying, won't everything fall apart? Let me tell you a story that will illuminate this principle further. There was a lady in my audience in New York who had been trying to sell her house for 2 years. She had listed it with countless agents, reduced the price repeatedly, and was constantly trying to make the sale happen. After hearing this principle, she did something remarkable. She went home that night and did what I'm teaching you. Instead of trying to sell the house, she assumed it was already sold. She sat in her favorite chair and constructed a scene implying the sale was completed. In her imagination, she held the check in her hands, feeling its crisp texture. She felt the joy and relief of the completed sale. Most importantly, she stopped trying to sell it. Within 1 week, a buyer appeared who purchased the house at her original asking price. You see, the lady's constant trying was her confession of not having, and therefore she could only reap the harvest of not having. The moment she assumed the completed state, the law of consciousness had to operate to bring it into her experience. Let me take you deeper into scripture, for remember, the Bible is not telling the story of historical events, but is revealing eternal psychological truths. Consider the story of the Israelites trying to enter the promised land. For 40 years they wandered in the wilderness, trying to reach their destination. But it was only when they stopped trying, when they followed the instruction to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, that the walls of Jericho fell and they entered their promised land. This is not just a historical account, it is your story. Your desire is your promised land, and your trying is your wilderness wandering. The walls of Jericho represent all the seeming obstacles between you and your desire. But these walls fall not by effort, but by assumption. Now, let me give you a practical technique that I call the Sabbath. In Scripture, God rested on the seventh day, not because he was tired, but because the work was done. This is your guide. When you properly assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you too must rest from your mental labor of trying to make it happen. This is your Sabbath. Every time you find yourself trying to make something happen, catch yourself and remember, the trying is a confession of absence. Instead, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and rest in that assumption. This is what it means to enter into his rest. Consider how you operate when you truly have something. When you have money in the bank, do you try to have it? No, you simply know it's there. When you are in your own home, do you try to be there? Of course not. You simply are there. This is how you must be with your desires. Let me share another principle that few understand. Your consciousness is God's gift to you, but what you do with it is your gift to God. When you try to get something, you are essentially telling God that his gift is incomplete, that something is missing. But when you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are accepting the gift in its completeness. Many of you have asked me about taking action. Never you say, if I stop trying, should I stop doing? No, my dear friends, action will still occur. But it will be inspired action rather than desperate action. When you assume the state of the wish fulfilled, you will be moved to take whatever action is necessary, but it will feel natural and effortless. Think of a bird building its nest. It doesn't try to build, it simply follows its inner pattern. The action flows naturally from its state of consciousness. This is how your action should flow, not from trying, but from being. Here's a profound truth. The universe cannot give you what you want. It can only give you what you are. As long as you are trying to get something, you are being someone who lacks that thing. But when you assume the consciousness of having it, you become someone who has it, and the universe must respond accordingly. Let me give you another technique to apply this principle. I call it the morning watch. When you first wake up in the morning, before you engage with the world, take a few moments to establish the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Don't try to make your day good, assume it is good. Don't try to be successful, assume you are successful. Start each day not by trying to get what you want, but by assuming you already have it. Remember the words of Scripture, let the weak say, I am strong. Notice it doesn't say, let the weak try to become strong. This is the law of assumption in operation. You assume the state you desire to express, and that assumption, persisted in, will harden into fact. Consider your own experience. When you know something with absolute certainty, do you try to know it? No. The trying comes only with uncertainty. This is why I tell you, the feeling of certain of already having or being what you desire is the key to manifestation. Many of you are wondering about the time it takes for your assumption to become your physical reality. Remember, time is not a distance we travel. It is a bridge we cross in consciousness. The moment you fully assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you have crossed that bridge. What appears as time is simply the journey of that assumption through the dimensions of your world. Let me share another secret. The feeling of relief is one of the most powerful feelings you can cultivate. When you try to get something, you feel tension. But when you have something, you feel relief. This is why it's so important to capture and maintain the feeling of relief that comes with fulfillment. I've taught thousands of students, and those who succeed are invariably those who master this art of feeling relief instead of triumph. They learn to live from the end instead of trying to reach the end. They understand that the end is where we begin, not where we arrive. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, my desire seems so big, so impossible. Let me remind you of something. Size exists only in the world of effects, not in consciousness. In consciousness, the oak is not bigger than the acorn. They are the same thing in different states. Your desire, no matter how grand it seems, is not bigger than your capacity to assume its fulfillment. This is why Scripture tells us all things are possible to him that believeth. Notice it doesn't say to him that tries, but to him that believeth. Belief is not trying to believe. It is the feeling of knowing. When you know something, you don't try to know it. You simply know it. Let me tell you about one of my most remarkable students. She was a woman who had been deaf in one ear for over 40 years. Medical science had declared her condition permanent, but she understood this principle deeply. Instead of trying to hear, she assumed she was hearing perfectly. She didn't try to heal her ear. She simply lived from the assumption of perfect hearing. Within 2 months, her hearing was completely restored, baffling her doctors. This brings us to what I call the law of perpetual creation. Every moment of your life you are creating through your assumptions. When you try to get something, you are assuming you don't have it, and therefore creating more of not having it. This is why it's so crucial to master your assumptions. Here's a practical exercise I call the daily reset. 3 times each day, morning, noon, night, take a moment to reset your assumptions. Ask yourself, if I had what I desire, what would I be assuming right now? Then assume that. Don't try to make it true. Know that your assumption makes it true. Remember the biblical story of the prodigal son. Notice that the father didn't try to make his son return. He assumed the return in his heart. And that assumption drew the son home. This is how your consciousness works. It draws to you whatever you assume to be true. Let me share one more technique, the mirror method. When you look in the mirror, don't try to see what you want to see. Instead, assume you are seeing what you want to see. Your physical reflection may not change immediately, but persist in this assumption, and your reflection must conform to your consciousness. Now, some of you might be wondering about action. Remember this principle, right action flows naturally from right consciousness. When you assume the state of your wish fulfilled, you will be moved to take whatever action is necessary. but it will be inspired action, not desperate action. Consider how you act when you have something you once wanted. There's no trying, no forcing, no struggling. You simply act from the state of having it. This is how you should act now, from the assumption of already being or having what you desire. Let me address those of you who are impatient for results. Impatience is just another form of trying. When you truly assume something is yours, you become patient because you know it's already yours. The seed doesn't try to become a tree. It contains the tree and naturally becomes it. Here's what I call the Sabbath state. In this state, you rest from all trying because you know it is finished. This doesn't mean you become inactive. It means you act from the certainty of fulfillment, rather than the uncertainty of trying to achieve. Remember, every time you find yourself trying, it's your signaling. Don't try to stop trying, that's more trying. Instead, simply assume the state where trying is unnecessary, because you already have what you desire. As we conclude tonight, let me leave you with this final truth. You are not going to get what you want. You are going to get what you are. Therefore, instead of trying to get something, be the person who already has it. Live from that assumption and watch as your world reshapes itself to match your new state of consciousness. The practice is simple, but it requires vigilance. Watch your assumptions as carefully as you would watch your step in a dangerous place. Your assumptions are creating your future right now. Remember this principle of stop trying to get. It in you'll have it is not just a technique. It's a fundamental law of consciousness. It operates whether you believe in it or not, just as gravity operates whether you believe in it or not. Go forth now, not to try but to assume, not to become but to be, not to get but to have. For in consciousness, where all creation takes place, what you assume as true is true, and what you believe you have, you have. And now, my dear friends, our discussion comes to a close. But remember, what you've heard tonight is not just information to be remembered, it's truth to be lived. Let every moment of trying become your reminder to assume. Let every appearance of lack become your opportunity to assume abundance. For in the end, it is not the trying but the assuming that creates your world. And when you truly understand this, you will know the peace that comes from ceasing all trying and resting in the assumption of your wish fulfilled. Good night, and God bless you all.
The best is yet to come, believe and receive. These words hold a powerful promise, one that transcends time, space, and circumstance. It is a truth that, once understood, will shape your life in ways you never thought possible. And in this moment, I invite you to awaken to the infinite possibilities that lie before you. When you align yourself with the belief that the best is yet to come, you are not simply waiting passively for a brighter future. No, you are actively shaping your reality. You are recognizing that your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings are the very tools by which the universe responds to you. What you believe to be true, what you feel to be possible, is what you shall receive. To understand this is to understand the nature of creation itself. Every moment is pregnant with potential. Every thought, every feeling is a seed that has been planted in the fertile soil of your mind. The question is not, will I receive my good? The question is, am I willing to believe that I already possess it? The truth is, you are always in a state of receiving. The universe does not withhold, it responds. Your desires, your aspirations, your hopes, they are already yours, waiting for you to claim them. But claiming them requires more than a mere desire. It requires a deep, unwavering belief that what you want is already yours. The moment you believe, the moment you truly receive it in your mind, it begins to manifest in your outer world. You may look at your current circumstances and think, how can this be true? How can the best be yet to come when my life seems uncertain? When obstacles stand in my way, but remember this, your current situation is merely a reflection of past beliefs and actions. It is not the end, but merely the beginning. The best is not something that is coming in the future, it is something that is unfolding right now. Every thought, every decision, every belief you hold today is setting the stage for the future that is already yours to receive. The key to unlocking this reality is to trust in the power of your imagination. For imagination is not mere fantasy, it is the blueprint of your reality. When you imagine the best, when you see yourself in the fullest expression of your dreams, you are aligning your inner world with the outer world you wish to create. This is not wishful thinking, it is the law of creation at work. You are right now creating your future through the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs you hold in the present. So what do you believe about your future? What do you imagine for yourself? If you believe that the best is yet to come, if you truly feel in your heart that abundance, love, and joy are already yours, then you are sending out a signal to the universe to deliver just that. But if you believe that your dreams are unattainable or out of reach, you are sending out a different signal. You must choose which signal to send. You must choose to believe in the goodness that is yours by divine right. Remember this: to receive the best that life has to offer, you must be willing to believe in the best. You must be willing to let go of old limiting beliefs, to release any doubt or fear that may hold you back. You must embrace the idea that you are deserving of all the good that is waiting to flow into your life. The best is not something reserved for others, it is your birthright. The moment you believe it, you begin to receive it. As you move through your days, keep your thoughts aligned with the knowing that your best days are ahead. Believe that your desires are already on their way to you, unfolding in perfect timing. No matter what your present circumstances may be, trust that the universe is constantly working behind the scenes to bring your dreams into reality. The best is yet to come, and it is yours to claim. I invite you to hold this truth in your heart: you are a powerful creator. The best is not some distant dream, not some far-off hope. It is already yours. Believe in it, receive it, and watch it unfold before your eyes. Your future is bright, and your life is an ever-expanding adventure of limitless possibilities. The best is yet to come. Believe it and receive it. The best is yet to come. Believe and receive. These words carry within them a promise, a divine invitation to trust in the unseen forces that are already at work in your life. Many live their lives in waiting, hoping that the future will bring better things, but rarely do they realize that the best is not something coming in the future, it is already here, in the process of becoming. It is in the present moment, hidden beneath layers of belief, thought, and expectation. The secret to manifesting the best that life has to offer lies in the understanding that it is always within your reach. It is a matter of aligning your consciousness with what you desire. I think of this life as a stage, and you are both the actor and the director. Every thought you have, every belief you hold, every image you create in your mind is a script that is being played out in the theater of your reality. The scenes unfold according to the instructions you give, either knowingly or unknowingly. The moment you change your script, the scene changes. The moment you believe that the best is yet to come, the universe responds. The world outside will begin to mirror the world within. If you are in alignment with what you desire, if you are certain that the best is on its way to you, you will see it manifest in ways you never imagined. Belief is the bridge that connects you to your desires. It is not just a passive act of thinking positively, but an active, persistent state of knowing that what you want is already yours. Most people operate under the misconception that their desires are separate from them, that they must work hard or wait for the perfect time to receive what they long for. But the truth is, everything you seek is already present within you. You do not need to chase it, you need only to believe that it is yours, to accept it, and to step into the state of being that allows it to unfold. The world is full of distractions, full of stories and opinions that tell you it is not possible, that the best is something reserved for the lucky few, the fortunate ones. But you must remember that your reality is created from the inside out. It is not shaped by external circumstances, but by the thoughts you hold, the beliefs you embrace, and the emotions you feel. When you change your beliefs, you change your world. Your thoughts are the mold into which the universe pours its response. When you believe that the best is yet to come, you are sending a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are open and willing to receive the goodness that is already on its way to you. But belief is more than just a fleeting thought. It is a deep knowing, a conviction that rises from the core of your being. It is the unwavering assurance that what you desire is already yours, even if you cannot yet see it in your physical reality. This is the essence of faith, a trust in what is unseen, a knowing that the invisible is more real than the visible. It is a surrendering of doubt, a release of fear, and a total embrace of possibility. The best is not something you must strive for, it is something you must accept. It is already yours, waiting to be revealed in your experience. The imagination is the key that unlocks the door to this truth. Imagination is not fantasy, it is the creative power of the mind, the ability to see beyond the present moment and into the future you wish to create. Your imagination is a mirror of the universe, reflecting back to you the possibilities that already exist. The more vividly you imagine the best that is to come, the more real it becomes. Imagination is not something you do in your spare time, it is the process by which you bring your dreams into being. It is through the act of imagining that you set the stage for the future to unfold. When you vividly imagine yourself living the life you desire, when you see yourself in the best of circumstances, the universe begins to rearrange itself to match your inner vision. It is important to note that belief and imagination must work hand in hand. Imagination without belief is like a seed without soil, it cannot take root. Belief without imagination is like a barren land, nothing new can grow. But when you combine the power of your imagination with the certainty of your belief, you create an irresistible force that draws to you everything you desire. The best is not something you wait for, it is something you actively create. It is not about waiting for circumstances to change, it is about changing your inner state to match the reality you wish to experience. Your feelings are just as important as your thoughts. Belief is not just a mental exercise, it is a state of being. It is about feeling the reality of what you desire, even before it appears in your outer world. Feel as though you have already received the best that is coming your way. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the excitement that comes with the realization that your dreams are already on their way. Your feelings are the emotional fuel that propels your desires into manifestation. When you feel that the best is yet to come, when you feel the thrill of knowing that your desires are already in motion, you are aligning yourself with the very forces that bring them into your experience. Many people sabotage their desires by focusing too much on the gap between where they are and where they want to be. They see the lack, the absence of what they desire, and allow that to dominate their thinking. But when you focus on the gap, you reinforce the belief that what you want is not here yet. Instead, focus on the reality that your desires are already in the process of coming to you. Imagine the end result as if it has already been achieved. See it in your mind's eye, feel it in your heart, and trust that it is already on its way. The more you focus on the fulfillment of your desires, the more quickly they will manifest in your experience. The best is not something that you must earn, it is something that you must accept. You are worthy of the best that life has to offer, not because of what you have done or what you have achieved, but because of who you are. You are a powerful creator, a divine being with the ability to shape your reality. Your worth is not based on external conditions, but on your innate connection to the infinite intelligence that governs the universe. You are worthy of love, joy, abundance, and success, not because you have proven yourself, but because you exist. And when you accept this truth, when you step into the awareness of your own divinity, you begin to receive all that you desire. The best is not something you must seek, it is something you must allow. It is already within you, already a part of you, waiting to be acknowledged. Every desire you have, no matter how big or small, is a reflection of your true nature. It is a glimpse of the life that is waiting for you to recognize it. When you believe that the best is already yours, you stop chasing after it. You stop looking for it outside of yourself and begin to see it in every moment, in every thought, in every breath. The best is not something coming from the outside, it is something that is already within, ready to be revealed. So what will you choose to believe today? Will you choose to believe that the best is yet to come? Will you choose to believe that all of your desires are already on their way to you, and that you are worthy of receiving them? The moment you choose to believe, the moment you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with the knowing that the best is yet to come, you begin the process of receiving. It is not something that happens in the future, it happens now. The best is already on its way to you, and it is waiting for you to receive it. All that is required is your belief. The journey of receiving the best that life has to offer begins in the mind. It begins with a choice to believe that what you desire is not something distant or unattainable, but something that is rightfully yours, already set in motion by your own thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. To believe that the best is yet to come is to acknowledge the power within you, the inherent ability you possess to create your own reality. This belief is not a passive act, it is an active participation in the unfolding of your life. It is a declaration to the universe that you are open, willing, and ready to receive all that is destined for you. Your thoughts are the seedbed of your future. Every thought you think is a seed that takes root in your subconscious mind, and from there it begins to shape your life. Just as a gardener plants a seed in fertile soil and nurtures it with care, so too must you nurture your thoughts. The thoughts you choose to entertain, the beliefs you hold to be true, all determine the direction your life will take. If you consistently believe that the best is yet to come, that the future holds nothing but promise and possibility, you are planting the seeds of that future right now. These thoughts, these beliefs, will grow and bloom into the very circumstances you desire. One of the greatest obstacles to believing in the best that is yet to come is the temptation to focus on what is currently present in your life. It is easy to look around at your circumstances and believe that this is all there is. It is easy to think that because you haven't yet seen the evidence of your desires materialize, they are not on their way. But this is the great illusion. Your current circumstances are not an accurate reflection of your potential. They are simply the result of past thoughts, beliefs, and actions. They are not the final word. The final word is in the unseen, in the realm of possibility and potential. What you see right now is only a snapshot, a brief moment in the grand narrative of your life. When you begin to believe that the best is yet to come, you are stepping into the realm of infinite possibility, where anything is possible and nothing is fixed. The universe operates by law. It is not a random, chaotic force, but an ordered, structured system. The law of attraction is one of the universal laws that govern how your life unfolds. This law states that like attracts like. When you believe that the best is yet to come, when you align your thoughts and emotions with a feeling of anticipation and excitement for the future, you are sending out a signal to the universe that matches that energy. The universe then responds by bringing to you the people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with that energy. You are not waiting for the best to come from somewhere outside of yourself. You are drawing it to you by the magnetic power of your belief. The key to unlocking this law is to cultivate a state of inner alignment. To be in alignment means that your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions are all in harmony with your desires. It is not enough to simply think positive thoughts. It is not enough to merely wish for things to improve. You must become the embodiment of what you desire. You must feel as though the best is already yours, as though you are already living the life you want to create. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in alignment with the best that is yet to come, you open the door to that reality. The universe cannot resist this alignment. It must respond. This is why belief is so powerful. Belief is the act of accepting as true that which you cannot yet see with your physical eyes. It is the act of trusting in the unseen, in the potential that exists beyond the realm of your senses. The moment you believe that the best is yet to come, you step into the realm of possibility, where everything you desire is already on its way to you. It is the act of surrendering control, not because you are giving up, but because you are trusting in something greater than yourself. You are trusting in the infinite intelligence of the universe, in the divine wisdom that is always guiding you. When you believe in the best that is yet to come, you are also believing in your own worth. You are affirming that you are deserving of all the good that is coming to you. This is a crucial point. Many people block their own good by not feeling worthy of it. They believe that they must earn their desires, that they must prove themselves worthy before they can receive. But this is not the truth. You are worthy because you exist. Your worth is not based on your achievements or your circumstances. It is inherent in who you are. The universe does not withhold from you because you are imperfect or because you have not earned it. The universe gives freely, abundantly, without condition. When you believe that the best is yet to come, you are affirming your worth and your readiness to receive all the good that life has to offer. This belief, once fully embraced, begins to change everything. It changes the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. Your life becomes a reflection of this belief. You begin to see opportunities where there were once obstacles. You begin to notice signs and synchronicities that point you toward your desires. You begin to trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. You no longer feel the need to force things or push against the current. You understand that the best is already in motion, that it is already on its way to you. All you need to do is receive it. One of the most important aspects of receiving the best that life has to offer is learning to be present. Too often we focus on the future, always looking ahead, always waiting for something to happen. But the present moment is where all of life's magic takes place. It is in the present moment that you can begin to feel the joy, the excitement, and the gratitude for what is coming. When you are present, when you are fully immersed in the now, you are in alignment with the flow of life. You are not waiting for something to change, you are enjoying the journey. The best is not something that will come someday in the future. It is something that is happening right now, in this very moment, as you align with your desires and trust that they are already on their way to you. As you move forward, continue to hold the belief that the best is yet to come. Allow yourself to fully embody this belief. See it, feel it, live it. The more you believe it, the more you will see it reflected in your life. Your reality will begin to shift, and the doors to your desires will begin to open. Remember that you are not waiting for the best to come from somewhere outside of you. You are drawing it to you by your own belief, by your own alignment with the highest version of yourself. Trust in this process. Believe in the best that is yet to come, and you will receive it in abundance. The universe is always listening, always responding to the vibrations you send out. Send out the signal that the best is already yours, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. The power of belief lies not just in passive thoughts, but in the deep, active knowing that what you desire is already on its way. It's the unwavering certainty that every moment brings you closer to your desired reality. When you begin to hold such a belief, the process of manifestation is no longer a distant concept. It becomes a living, breathing force that flows through you. Your belief ignites the creative power within you, setting the wheels of your desires into motion. This is not a process of waiting or striving, it is a process of becoming. Becoming who you truly are, someone who is deserving of the best that life has to offer and ready to receive it. As you trust in this process, you begin to release resistance. Resistance is a natural byproduct of doubt and fear. It's the part of you that questions if you are truly worthy or capable. But resistance only exists because you are not in full alignment with what you desire. When you let go of the need to control every outcome and instead embrace the certainty that the best is yet to come, you dissolve resistance. You allow the natural flow of your desires to unfold effortlessly. When you believe in the best, you are opening yourself up to receive without hesitation, without doubt, and without fear. The energy you send out into the universe through your belief and emotions is magnetic. Just as a magnet attracts certain metals, your thoughts and feelings attract circumstances, opportunities, and people that align with your desires. When you firmly believe that the best is yet to come, you set a frequency that matches that belief. It's like tuning an instrument to a specific pitch. When your internal vibration is aligned with your desires, everything in your external world begins to harmonize with that frequency. The universe, in all its wisdom, responds to your signal. But this response is not a result of external forces acting upon you. It is a reflection of your own inner state. You are the cause. You are the creator. The key to understanding this process lies in the recognition that your outer world is a mirror of your inner world. Every experience, every situation is a reflection of your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. If you continually believe that the best is yet to come, you shift your internal state, and this shift is reflected in your reality. You begin to notice new opportunities, new ideas, and new connections that previously were hidden from view. Your perception changes because your belief has shifted. You begin to see the world through a different lens, one where everything is working in your favor. You stop seeing obstacles and start seeing stepping stones. You stop seeing challenges as setbacks and start seeing them as opportunities for growth. The best truly is yet to come because your belief allows it to materialize in ways that surpass your expectations. But how do we ensure that this belief is not just a passing thought or a fleeting moment of hope? How do we make it a permanent fixture in our lives? The answer lies in consistency. To truly embody the belief that the best is yet to come, you must repeat it to yourself daily, not just with words but with the very essence of who you are. This belief must become a part of your identity. When you fully embrace this belief, it becomes who you are. It's no longer a distant hope, it's an inevitable truth. You begin to live as if the best has already arrived, even before the physical evidence shows up. This is the faith that moves mountains. This is the faith that transforms lives. The act of receiving requires not just belief, but also a deep sense of gratitude. Gratitude is the energetic magnet that amplifies your belief. When you are grateful for what is already on its way to you, you are signaling the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude expands your capacity to receive. It opens the door for the best to enter your life. Even when you cannot yet see the full manifestation of your desires, you are grateful for the process, for the unfolding, for the invisible work that is taking place behind the scenes. Now, gratitude is the bridge between where you are now and where you are going. It is the language of the universe, the currency of creation. Gratitude is also a powerful way to stay present in the moment. Too often we focus on what we lack or what hasn't yet manifested, and this causes us to become disillusioned and impatient. But when you choose to be grateful for what is, you ground yourself in the present moment. Gratitude keeps you aligned with your desires, allowing you to stay open and receptive to the abundance that is on its way. Every time you express gratitude, you raise your vibration, sending out a stronger signal to the universe that you are ready for the best. Belief, then, is not a one-time act, it is a continuous process. It is the daily commitment to yourself that the best is indeed yet to come. It is the willingness to trust, even when things don't appear to be going your way. When you believe that the best is yet to come, you relinquish the need to understand how it will happen or when it will happen. You release the constraints of time and space and trust that the universe is always working on your behalf. You trust that the universe knows no limits, no boundaries, and no shortage. It is abundant, infinite, and always in motion. And as it moves, it draws your desires to you, just as the tide draws the shore closer. There will be moments of doubt, of course. The ego, the voice that seeks to protect you, will try to convince you that things are not progressing as they should. It will tell you that you are not seeing the evidence of your desires and that you are wasting your time. But these doubts are merely illusions. They are the remnants of old programming, the echoes of a past belief system that no longer serves you. In those moments, remind yourself that the best is already coming to you. Remind yourself that the universe operates in perfect timing, and that timing is never dictated by your limited understanding. Trust the process. Trust the unfolding. In those moments of doubt, it is important to return to the feeling of what you want, as though it has already happened. What would it feel like to already be living the life you desire? What would it feel like to already have everything you've ever wanted? The answer to that question is the key to unlocking your manifestation. The more vividly you can feel the emotions associated with your desires, the faster they will manifest. Feel the excitement, the joy, the gratitude, and the relief of already having your dreams. The universe responds to feeling, not just to thought. Thought is the blueprint, feeling is the energy that breathes life into that blueprint. When you feel as though the best is already on its way, you are breathing life into your dreams, and they cannot help but manifest. As you continue to live in this state of belief, remember that you are not just waiting for the best to come. You are actively participating in the creation of your reality. Every thought, every word, every emotion is a step on the path to your desires. You are the creator of your life, the architect of your destiny. The best is not something that is bestowed upon you from an external source. It is something that you call forth, that you draw into your life by the power of your belief and your emotions. So as you walk this path, let your heart be filled with the knowing that the best is already coming. It is already yours. All that remains is for you to believe it fully, feel it deeply, and receive it with open arms. Trust in the process. Trust that everything is unfolding in divine order. The best is not just a possibility, it is your reality, waiting to be revealed. And as you continue to believe and receive, you will witness your life transform in ways that exceed your wildest dreams. Remember, this is not a passive process. It is a dynamic, active engagement with the universe. The best is already coming, and it is coming because you believe, because you trust, and because you are ready to receive. With every breath you take, with every thought you think, you are creating the life you desire. The universe is listening, it is always listening, and it responds to the signal you send out. So send out the signal of belief, of certainty, of expectation. The best is yet to come, and it is already on its way. Keep believing, keep receiving, and watch as your life transforms into the beautiful expression of your deepest desires. As you immerse yourself in the understanding that the best is yet to come, you begin to realize something profound about the nature of the universe and its infinite wisdom. The universe operates with a sense of perfect order, always moving towards your highest good, even when things seem to be out of alignment or uncertain. This is where the real magic happens, when you relinquish control and trust that what is meant for you will always find its way to you. You are not separate from the universe, nor are you merely a passive participant in its flow. You are an active creator, a force that shapes your experiences through your belief and the energy you emit. This belief in the best being yet to come requires a shift in how you perceive the world around you. Instead of looking at the world through the lens of what is lacking or what hasn't yet arrived, you begin to look at life through the lens of abundance and possibility. When you shift to this mindset, your entire perspective changes. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You see blessings where others see burdens. You stop waiting for something to happen to you and begin creating what you want to see in your life. One of the most powerful things you can do as you walk this path is to embrace the art of visualization. Visualization is the process of creating vivid mental images of the life you desire. It is not about wishful thinking, it is about seeing with your inner eyes the exact experiences you want to manifest. When you visualize, you are speaking directly to the universe and programming it with the blueprint of your desires. The more vivid and detailed your visualization, the more real it becomes in your subconscious mind. This is the key to manifestation. What you create in your mind, you will eventually see in your reality. In the process of visualization, remember that it is not enough to simply see the life you want. You must also feel the emotions that come with it. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the peace, and the excitement as if your desires have already come to fruition. This emotional connection is what fuels the manifestation process. The universe does not respond to thoughts alone, it responds to the energy you emit, and emotions are the most powerful form of energy you can radiate. When you feel the joy of your desires already fulfilled, you are aligning your energy with what you want. And in doing so, you create a magnet that draws those desires closer to you. But there is an important distinction to make here. The timing of when your desires manifest is not something for you to determine. This is where faith plays a crucial role. Faith is the belief in something that you cannot yet see or touch, but know to be true in the deepest parts of your being. It is the knowing that your desires are already on their way to you, regardless of what your external circumstances may suggest. The moment you stop worrying about the how and the when is the moment the universe can begin to deliver your desires in perfect timing. The best is always coming, but it comes on the universe's terms, not yours. Trust the process and know that the universe always delivers when you are ready to receive. Another important aspect of this journey is learning to detach from the need for external validation. Too often we seek confirmation from the outside world that our desires are on their way. We look for signs, for messages, for tangible evidence that our dreams are materializing. But the true power lies in knowing without seeing. The more you detach from the need for proof, the faster your desires will come. Why? Because when you are not looking for external validation, you are free to fully embrace the inner knowing that your dreams are already in motion. You are not dependent on the outer world to tell you what is happening. You are confident in your own inner connection to your desires and your power to manifest them. Every day, as you wake up and begin to live your life, remember that you are creating your reality with each thought, each word, and each action. The power of creation is within you, and it is up to you to use it wisely. The moment you believe that the best is yet to come, you shift your energy, and everything around you begins to shift as well. The people you encounter, the opportunities that arise, the circumstances that change, they are all a reflection of your belief and your energy. The more you believe, the more your life reflects that belief. The best is not a far-off dream. It is already part of your reality, waiting for you to recognize it. This belief in the best being yet to come also requires a willingness to release the past. The past is filled with old stories, old wounds, and outdated beliefs that no longer serve you. It is easy to look back and dwell on the things that didn't go as planned, or the things that didn't work out. But when you do, you anchor yourself to those past experiences and prevent the best from coming to you. To truly embrace the belief that the best is yet to come, you must let go of the past and step into the present moment with an open heart. You are not defined by your past experiences. You are defined by the belief you carry about your future. The past has no power over you unless you allow it to. Choose to release it, choose to forgive, and choose to forgive, and choose to move forward with the unwavering belief that the best is yet to unfold before you. As you embark on this journey, remember that the universe is always in a state of flow, constantly creating, evolving, and expanding. You are a part of that flow. You are not separate from the universe. You are an integral part of it. Every thought, every emotion, every action you take sends ripples through the fabric of reality, and those ripples affect the world around you. The more you align your thoughts and emotions with the belief that the best is yet to come, the more your life mirrors that truth. You become a powerful creator with the universe, shaping your destiny with each passing moment. It is also important to recognize that the best may not always come in the form you expect. The universe has a way of delivering your desires in ways that you cannot always predict or understand. The best may arrive in unexpected packages, through unexpected people, or at unexpected times. This is where trust becomes essential. You must trust that the universe knows exactly what you need, even when you cannot see it with your physical eyes. The best is not always immediately recognizable, but it is always there, working behind the scenes to bring your desires to fruition. Stay open to the possibilities, remain flexible in your expectations, and trust that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. The moment you shift into the knowing that the best is yet to come, you begin to experience life with a new sense of excitement and anticipation. Every day becomes an opportunity to welcome something new and wonderful into your life. Every moment holds the potential for miracles. You start to see life as a series of beautiful surprises, each one more magnificent than the last. The best is not something that will happen to you someday. It is something that is already happening now. And as you continue to believe and receive, you will witness the unfolding of your desires in ways that leave you in awe. The best truly is yet to come, and it is on its way to you right now, guided by your belief and your unwavering trust in the process. The truth is, the best is always unfolding in your life when you align yourself with the energy of belief and trust. You may not see it immediately, but every moment of your life is leading you to exactly where you need to be. The experiences you are going through now, the challenges you are facing, and the desires you hold in your heart are all stepping stones toward that perfect outcome, the one that your inner being knows is already prepared for you. The path may not always be clear and the way may not always be easy, but the process is working in your favor. You are not walking alone. Every thought you hold, every desire you have, is part of the divine unfolding that is happening all around you. Now, it is important to recognize that the world around you will often challenge this belief. The external reality may sometimes appear contrary to the faith you are cultivating within. But let me remind you, do not be deceived by appearances. The outer world is simply a reflection of what is happening inside of you. If you allow the external to dictate your internal state, you will constantly be in a battle, always seeking signs, always wondering when things will change. Instead, shift your focus inward. What you believe on the inside shapes the external circumstances of your life. Your internal world is far more powerful than the outside world. When you change your inner state to one of unwavering faith, the outer world will inevitably shift to match. The process of believing and receiving is also about aligning your energy with the desire you wish to manifest. This alignment comes through feeling as though what you want has already arrived. When you hold the emotion of your desire fulfilled, when you live in the feeling of gratitude and joy that accompanies your dream already realized, you are creating a magnetic pull that attracts that very thing to you. The universe is constantly responding to your vibration. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your energy all create a frequency that draws to you people, circumstances, and opportunities that match that frequency. This is why it is so important to cultivate a sense of gratitude and joy as you move through your day. Gratitude is not only a practice, it is a powerful energy that sends out a signal to the universe that you are open and receptive to receiving. When you are in a state of gratitude, you are acknowledging the abundance that is already present in your life, and that acknowledgement serves to bring more of that abundance to you. Gratitude is the fuel that propels your desires into manifestation. The more grateful you are, the more you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. And when you are ready to receive, the universe can deliver. This principle extends to all areas of your life. Whether you are desiring financial abundance, a loving relationship, improved health, or a successful career, the same law applies. The key is to believe that the best is already on its way and to act as if it is already here. When you live in the state of expectation, knowing that the best is coming, you begin to embody that energy. Your actions become aligned with your desires, and this alignment further accelerates the manifestation process. You start to see opportunities that you once overlooked, hear ideas that were always within you, and connect with people who are on the same wavelength. When you believe the best is coming, you stop waiting for things to change and start living as if they already have. This belief that the best is yet to come is also a message of empowerment. It reminds you that you are not a victim of circumstances, but a creator of your reality. You are in charge of your life and the outcomes you experience. While external events may influence you, they do not determine your destiny. It is your inner belief, your ability to maintain faith and trust, that shapes the course of your life. The best is not something that happens to you, it is something you bring into your life through your consciousness. As you shift your belief, you shift your world. Your life begins to reflect the belief that you hold, and the best begins to materialize. There will be times, however, when doubt creeps in, as it does for all of us. It is a natural part of the human experience. Doubt is the voice of fear and insecurity, and it will try to convince you that your desires are too far away, too impossible to achieve. But you must not listen to it. Doubt is a temporary feeling, one that will pass if you do not give it your attention. Remember, the power is in your belief. When doubt arises, replace it with the knowing that the best is already on its way to you. See your desire as already fulfilled. Feel the joy and satisfaction that comes with it, and trust in the divine timing that is unfolding. The more you practice this, the easier it will become to dismiss doubt and step into the belief that the best is yet to come. The best may not always come in the way you expect. It may not always be wrapped in the package you envision, but it will always be what you need. The universe knows exactly what is right for you, even when you do not. Trust that it is guiding you toward your highest good, even when the journey feels uncertain. Sometimes the best comes through lessons, through experiences that challenge you, because these are the very things that prepare you for what is truly meant for you. Every experience is part of the grand design, leading you closer to the fulfillment of your desires. One of the most liberating aspects of this journey is the freedom that comes from knowing that you are always in the process of becoming. Life is not a destination, it is an ongoing process of growth and expansion. The best is not a singular moment in time, but an ever-present unfolding. There is no final point where everything is perfect. Instead, life continues to evolve. And as you grow in your belief and trust, so too does your capacity to receive even greater blessings. You are always becoming more of who you are meant to be. The best is not something that you reach at a specific point in time, it is a constant state of becoming. As long as you keep believing, you keep receiving, and the universe keeps unfolding its infinite blessings before you. And so you must ask yourself, what would your life look like if you truly embraced the belief that the best is yet to come? What would you do differently? How would you show up in the world if you were convinced that every moment holds the potential for greatness? The moment you shift into this belief, your life transforms. You stop waiting for life to happen to you and begin to create the life you desire. You align with the energy of abundance, knowing that there is no limit to what you can receive. The best is always coming, and it is coming for you. It is not a far-off dream, it is your birthright. You are worthy of it, and you are ready to receive it now. As you move forward on this path, keep your faith strong. Hold your belief in the best as the anchor that grounds you, even in moments of uncertainty. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor. Your desires are not only possible, they are already on their way to you. All that is required of you is to believe and receive. As you do, you will witness the miraculous unfold in your life in ways that surpass your wildest dreams. The best is already here, and it is yours for the taking. Keep believing, keep receiving, and watch as the best unfolds before you. In conclusion, the best is indeed yet to come, and it is already unfolding in your life in ways you may not always see, but can always feel. When you fully embrace the belief that your desires are already on their way, you open yourself up to receive the abundance the universe has prepared for you. This is not a passive waiting game, it is an active creation, a practice of aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the certainty that the best is coming, that what you desire is already yours. Remember, you are not a victim of your circumstances, but the creator of your reality. The best is not something distant, but something that is always becoming, always evolving, and always flowing toward you. Through unwavering belief and trust in the process, you can create the life you truly desire. You can rise above doubt, replace fear with faith, and begin to see every experience, no matter how challenging, as a step toward your highest good. So as you go forward, keep believing in the magnificence that is already within you and waiting for you to claim it. Believe in your power to manifest, and trust that everything you need is already being brought to you. You are worthy of all the blessings that are on their way, and you are more than capable of receiving them. The best is yet to come, and it is coming now because you have opened yourself to it with belief, faith, and the knowing that you are deserving of all the goodness that life has to offer.
Imagine, if you will, a world where your thoughts shape your reality, where your imagination is the creative force that molds the very fabric of your existence. This is not a fantasy, my dear friends, but the fundamental truth of our being. For you see, the world you perceive around you is nothing but an outward picture of your inner assumptions. Every circumstance, every event, every person in your life is there because you have imagined it so. Now you might be thinking, Neville, how can this be? How can my mere thoughts and imagination create such profound changes in just 1 week? And to that, I say time is but an illusion, a construct of the human mind. In the realm of spirit, in the kingdom within you, there is no time. There is only the eternal now, the precious present moment in which all possibilities exist simultaneously. As we embark on this journey together, exploring these 5 transformative habits, I want you to shed all preconceived notions of what is possible or impossible. For in the world of imagination, there are no limits, no boundaries, and no obstacles that cannot be overcome. You are about to discover the immense power that has been lying dormant within you, waiting to be awakened and harnessed. The first habit that will revolutionize your life is the practice of living in the end. This, my friends, is the cornerstone of all creation, the very foundation upon which your new life will be built. Living in the end means assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, experiencing in your imagination the reality you desire, as if it were already manifest in the physical world. Let me illustrate this profound truth with a simple example. Suppose you desire financial abundance. Instead of focusing on your current state of lack or limitation, you must assume the feeling of already possessed. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself living in the beautiful home you've always dreamed of. Feel the soft carpet beneath your feet. Smell the fragrant flowers in your garden. Hear the laughter of your loved ones echoing through the spacious rooms. This, my dear friends, is not mere daydreaming or escapism. This is the very act of creation. For you see, your imagination is God in action. It is the creative power of the universe expressing itself through you. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with the creative forces of the cosmos, setting in motion a series of events that must inevitably lead to the manifestation of your desire. But remember, it is not enough to simply visualize your desire for a few moments and then return to your old patterns of your thought and behavior. You must persist in this new assumption, making it your dominant feeling, your new reality. This is where the power of the second habit comes into play, the art of revision. Revision, my friends, is the magical act of rewriting your past to align with your desired future. It is the recognition that time is fluid, that your memories are not fixed, immutable things, but rather malleable impressions that can be reshaped by the power of your imagination. Let us say that you had an unpleasant encounter with a colleague at work. Instead of replaying this negative experience in your mind, reinforcing feelings of anger or resentment, you have the power to revise this event. Close your eyes and replay the scene in your imagination. But this time, see it unfold exactly as you would have wished. Hear the kind words, feel the warmth of a friendly interaction, experience the mutual respect and understanding. As you practice this habit of revision, you will find that not only does it change your perception of past events, but it also transforms your present and future. For you see, by revising the past, you are altering the very foundation upon which your current reality is built. You are rewriting the script of your life, scene by scene, moment by moment. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, how can changing my imagination of past events alter what has already happened? And to that, I say, what you perceive as the past is nothing but a memory, a thought you are thinking in the present moment. By changing that thought, by revising that memory, you are quite literally altering the past, present, and future in one fell swoop. As you practice these first two habits, living in the end and revision, you will begin to notice a shift in your consciousness. The world around you will start to reflect your new assumptions, your revised memories. This is where the third transformative habit comes into play, the cultivation of unwavering faith. Faith, my dear friends, is not blind belief in something outside of yourself. It is not hoping or wishing for a better future. True faith is the absolute conviction that what you have imagined in your mind and felt in your heart must inevitably manifest in your physical reality. It is the unshakable knowing that your desires are already fulfilled in the spiritual realm and are now moving into expression in the world of form. To cultivate this unwavering faith, you must learn to dismiss the evidence of your physical senses when they contradict your desired reality. If you have imagined financial abundance, yet your bank account shows a lack of funds, you must have the courage and conviction to say, this is but a shadow of the old man. My true reality is one of infinite abundance, and that is what I choose to accept and believe. This habit of faith requires practice and persistence. It demands that you stand firm in your conviction even when the entire world seems to argue against it. But I assure you, my friends, that as you strengthen this muscle of faith, you will witness miracles unfold in your life. For faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now, let us turn our attention to the fourth habit, one that is often overlooked but is absolutely crucial in the art of conscious creation, the practice of gratitude. Gratitude, my friends, is not merely a polite social custom or a fleeting emotion. It is a powerful creative force, a state of being that aligns you with the abundance of the universe. When you cultivate an attitude of genuine gratitude, you are acknowledging that you already possess everything you desire. You are recognizing the infinite abundance that surrounds you at every moment. This state of thankfulness opens the floodgates of blessings, attracting more and more reasons to be grateful. Begin each day by counting your blessings. Before you rise from your bed, take a few moments to feel deep appreciation for all that you have in your life. Be thankful for the air you breathe, the beating of your heart, the roof over your head, the love of your family and friends. But don't stop there. Express gratitude for the things you desire as if you already possess them. If you desire perfect health, give thanks for your strong, vibrant body. If you seek a loving relationship, feel grateful for the wonderful partner who is already in your life, even if you haven't met them in the physical realm yet. Remember, in the world of imagination, in the kingdom within you, all things already exist. Your gratitude is the bridge that brings these desires into your physical experience. As you practice this habit of gratitude, you will find that your entire perspective on life begins to shift. The world around you will appear more beautiful, more abundant, more filled with opportunities and blessings. You will begin to see evidence of your desired reality everywhere you look, further strengthening your faith and accelerating the manifestation of your ego. Now we come to the fifth and final habit, one that ties all the others together and amplifies their power exponentially, the art of letting go. This, my dear friends, is perhaps the most challenging habit to master. But it is also the most liberating and transformative. Letting go means releasing your attachment to the outcome, surrendering your desires to the infinite wisdom of the universe. It means trusting that once you have planted the seed of your desire in the fertile soil of your imagination, nurtured it with the water of your faith, and bathed it in the sunlight of your gratitude, you must then step back and allow it to grow in its own time and in its own way. Many of you may be wondering, but Neville, doesn't letting go contradict the idea of living in the end? How can I assume the feeling of my wish fulfilled while also detaching from the outcome? And to that I say, letting go is not about abandoning your desire or ceasing to live in the end. It is about releasing the anxiety, the doubt, and the need to control how and when your desire will manifest. When you truly let go, you enter a state of perfect peace and trust. You know with absolute certainty that your desire is already yours in the spiritual realm, and you are content to allow it to unfold in the physical world in the most beautiful and harmonious way possible. This state of letting go removes all resistance, all doubt, and all fear, creating a clear channel through which your desire can flow into your experience. Imagine, if you will, that you have ordered a package from a trusted source. You know with certainty that the package has been sent and is on its way to you. You spend every waking moment anxiously checking your mailbox or tracking the package's progress. Of course not. You simply go about your day confident in the knowledge that your package will arrive at the perfect time. This, my friends, is the essence of letting go. As you practice these 5 habits, living in the end, revision, unwavering faith, gratitude, and letting go, you will witness a transformation in your life so profound, so all-encompassing that it will seem nothing short of miraculous. And yet, it is not a miracle in the conventional sense. It is simply the natural outcome of aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe, of recognizing and embracing your true nature as a divine being, capable of shaping reality through the power of your imagination. Now, I want you to understand that these habits are not separate, isolated practices. They are interconnected, each one supporting and amplifying the others. As you live in the end, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you naturally cultivate gratitude for what you have imagined. As you revise your past, you strengthen your faith in the malleability of reality. As you let go, you demonstrate your unwavering trust in the perfect unfolding of your desires. In just 1 week of consistently applying these habits, you will begin to see evidence of your new reality taking shape around you. But remember, my dear friends, time is an illusion. In the realm of spirit, change can happen in an instant. The moment you truly embrace these habits, the moment you fully accept your divine nature and the creative power of your imagination, your entire world can shift in the blink of an eye. Let me share with you a story that illustrates the transformative power of these habits. There was once a man who had struggled with financial difficulties for many years. He lived in a small, cramped apartment, could barely make ends meet, and felt trapped in a job he despised. Then he discovered these 5 habits and decided to apply them with unwavering commitment. For 1 week, he dedicated himself to living in the end. Every night before sleep and every morning upon waking, he would close his eyes and imagine himself living in a beautiful home, enjoying financial abundance, and working in a fulfilling career. He felt the joy, the freedom, the sense of security that came with this new reality. He revised his past, reimagining his childhood as one of abundance and opportunity. In his mind, he rewrote every memory of lack or limitation, replacing them with experiences of plenty and success. He cultivated unwavering faith, dismissing any doubts or negative thoughts that arose, affirming to himself, I am now living my ideal life. My success is assured. Throughout the day, he practiced gratitude, giving thanks for the abundance that surrounded him, even if his physical circumstances hadn't yet changed. He expressed heartfelt appreciation for his imagined wealth, his dream home, his perfect job, feeling the emotions as if these things were already his. And finally, he mastered the art of letting go. He released his anxiety about how or when his desires would manifest, trusting in the perfect timing of the universe. He went about his days with a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that his new reality was already secured in the spiritual realm. Now, you might expect me to tell you that after 1 week this man suddenly won the lottery or received a large inheritance. But that is not how the law of assumption works. Instead, something far more profound occurred. The man's entire perception of his life transformed. He began to see opportunities where before he had only seen obstacles. His confidence soared, and he found himself performing better at work, leading to a promotion and a significant raise. His new positive attitude attracted people who could help him advance his career. An acquaintance offered him a chance to invest in a promising business venture, which he seized with both hands. Within a month, he had moved into a larger, more comfortable apartment. Within 3 months, he had started his own successful business, and within a year he was living in the very home he had imagined during that transformative week. You see, my friends, the external changes in this man's life were merely reflections of the internal changes he had made through these 5 habits. By assuming the feeling of his wish fulfilled, by revising his past, by cultivating unwavering faith, by practicing gratitude, and by letting go, he had literally transformed himself into a new person, one whose reality matched his desires. Now I can sense that some of you may be thinking, but Neville, surely it can't be that simple. Surely there must be more to it than just imagining and feeling, and to that I say, yes, it is that simple, and no, there is nothing more to it. The power of creation lies within you, within your capacity to imagine and feel. Everything else, all the actions, all the apparent hard work, flows naturally from that initial creative act of imagination. Consider the words of the great William Blake. What is now proved was once only imagined. Everything in your world, from the chair you're sitting on to the most advanced technology, began as a thought, an idea, a spark of imagination in someone's mind. You, my dear friends, have that same creative power within you. You are not merely a passive observer of reality. You are the author of your life story. As we near the conclusion of our time together, I want to impress upon you the urgency of applying these habits in your life. Do not delay, do not procrastinate, do not tell yourself that you will start tomorrow. The time to begin is now, this very moment. For in truth, this moment is all that exists. The past is gone, the future is yet to be. But in this eternal now, you have the power to reshape your entire world. Begin tonight as you lay your head upon your pillow. Close your eyes and enter the state akin to sleep. That drowsy, quiet state where your conscious mind relaxes and your subconscious becomes receptive. In this state, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. See yourself living the life you desire. Feel the emotions associated with having your dreams realized. As you drift off to sleep, carry this feeling with you into your slumber, for your subconscious mind never sleeps. And it is in these quiet hours of the night that it works most powerfully to bring your assumptions into reality. When you awaken in the morning, before you rise from your bed, revisit this feeling. Spend a few moments in gratitude for the new day and for the fulfillment of your desires. Throughout your day, whenever you have a spare moment, while waiting in line, during your lunch break, as you commute to and from work, practice these habits. Live in the end, revise any unpleasant experiences, cultivate your faith, express gratitude, and let go of any anxiety or doubt. Remember, my friends, consistency is key. These habits are not a one-time exercise, but a new way of life. They require practice, dedication, and persistence. But I assure you, the rewards are beyond anything you can currently imagine. For as you master these habits, you master the very art of living. You become conscious creators, divine beings expressing the infinite power of the universe through your thoughts and feelings. In closing, I want to remind you of a profound truth. You are not bound by your past, by your current circumstances, or by what others think is possible for you. You are bound only by your own imagination and your willingness to assume the feeling of your wishes fulfilled. The life you dream of is not somewhere out there in a distant future. It exists now in this very moment within you. So go forth, my dear friends, and apply these 5 habits with all the intensity and conviction you can muster. Live in the end, revise your past, cultivate unwavering faith, practice gratitude, and learn to let go. Do this, and I promise you, in just 1 week, you will see your world begin to transform. And as you persist in these habits, you will continue to witness miracles unfold in your life, day after day, week after week, until you stand in awe of the magnificent reality you have created. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. All that you seek, all the love, all the abundance, all the joy, all the success, it is already yours. You need only to claim it, to assume it, to embody it. For you are the operant power. You are the divine creative force expressing itself in human form. Embrace this truth, live from this understanding, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Go now and be the creator of your world. For in the words of the immortal bard, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. You, my friends, are not just players in this grand drama of life. You are the playwright, the director, and the star of your own magnificent story. Write it well, direct it with purpose, and play your part with all the passion and conviction you can muster. The curtain rises on your new life now. Step onto the stage of your transformed reality with confidence, with joy, and with the unshakable knowledge that you are the author of your destiny. The power is yours, the time is now, and the only limit is your imagination. Embrace these 5 habits, embody them fully, and watch as your life changes in just 1 week and continues to evolve into a masterpiece of your own creation. Thank you, bless you, and may your journey of conscious creation bring you all the joy, abundance, and fulfillment your heart desires. Remember, it is done. It is finished. Your new life awaits you. Claim it now with every fiber of your being and step into the glorious reality that is your divine birthright. The world is yours, shaped by your imagination, molded by your assumptions, and brought to life by the power of your consciousness. Go forth and create miracles, for that is who you truly are. Miracle workers, divine creators, gods in human form. The stage is set, the lights are on, and your magnificent performance begins now. Bravo, my friends, bravo.